Hey guys, J-Man here. And today we are bringing back one of our first ever YouTube uh, ongoing top our shows, which was actually more of a podcast. It was audio only, and we put like pictures, and I would flash our picture. And that was me and Sean talking about classic comics. We did a lot. I don't know if I have a playlist for those. It might be under, if you go to playlists, it might be under comics, but maybe I'll go and move all those because we did 2 seasons of that show. And we tried to show panels. So like if you just listen to it, then it was just us talking. But if you watched it, I actually put tried to put panels on some of them, or maybe on season 2 of some of the stuff we were talking about. So it was pretty cool. So I thought, what the hell? I don't know why I didn't think of bringing this back. Like, let's just bring it back and do it as a live stream. It's much cooler that way. So let's get going.
Hey,
Hello.
G-Man. I have
Hey.
those in playlists on my channel. I have two
Cool.
different playlists because I think we do two different shows. It was Marvel, and then it was just comics.
Yeah, we changed it around to
And Marvel had 2 seasons, so
yeah, Marvel. We had Bronze Age,
right.
and then it was Marvel Classics, and then it was just like, okay, let's just do classic comics because there's so much stuff coming out.
We
There's no
kicked it
point.
off with like Batman, my nocturnal Batman.
Hey Arkham, I didn't see what did you do a video? I have a day job, so I haven't seen anything during the day. I don't even know when you posted last 3 days. It's like went to work, came home, streamed, went to bed, got up, went to work, came home, went to go see Ant-Man and the quantum shit, and then went to bed, woke up, did my day job, and I've watched no videos. I watched Sean's review to give him a view and a thumbs up because I mean, we talked very briefly when we came out of it. Steve gave it my phone's over there.
He didn't like it, but
no, but he gave me an official review. Hold on. I think he did it on Messenger, which means I can see it. I don't need my phone with me. Hold on.
On the Facebook Messenger thing.
On Messenger, yeah. Okay, so here you go. So he gave it 3.5 out of 10 based on space. He gave story a 1. I would agree with that. He gave pacing a 1. He gave artistry a 0.5. I would agree with those. Characters he gave 0.5. I think I gave it a 1. And he gave enjoyment 0.5. I think I gave that a 1. So he got 3.5 out of 10. I got 4.5 out of 10.
Let me see.
But I can go to 6 out of 10 if it looks better at home.
Yeah.
I'm doing. Look, I gotta go with the artistry sucked. You couldn't see anything.
You can't see anything. I'm sure it's great, but like you can't. I don't know, and it frustrates me. Is it our theaters?
Like, no. Okay, so Violent Night we saw at the former AMC one. Yeah. This is the first time it's been dark in this theater.
Sure?
And I saw. Yeah. Yes. Eternals was not this theater. Eternals
was the
Batman.
Yeah.
Violent Night was the former AMC theater, and those were all dark. Even going back into Judge Dredd and Conan, which I found very dark as well. Yeah. And I saw the woman change the dial. There was 3 shades. She put a filter, and then she put another filter. I'm like, you shouldn't have put that second filter on. It's like she just needed to sharpen it up. It was a disastrous view. Like this movie did not start out good. Firstly, the screen was blurry. We had to get it fixed. Then there was a fly buzzing around
from halfway through onward.
Pretty much, I would probably say out of the 2 hours, I'd probably say like 45 minutes had that bug flying around. So it's like projected big on. So it's like this like.
You see a shadow, it's like a darker version of all the colors flying around. At first, I thought something was moving in the background, like, oh, someone's coming. But no, it's a fly that just like it goes on Jonathan Major's head and like crawls up. Yeah.
So that was bad. And the first 15 minutes was all of the like crap shit that were like this woke trash shit where they have to make fun of Ant-Man even though he saved the world. And she's like, "Oh, I'm protesting to help the homeless or something." It's like,
From the
okay,
blip.
so why were the cops arresting? The cops don't arrest you if you're standing there with a sign. You must.
Yeah.
And she shrunk the cop's car with her shrinking thing.
Thing,
Right.
yeah.
But you get arrested because you've
Yeah.
attacked the police. Like, is
Mhm.
it supposed to make me think that you're cool or I'm on your side? It's like, no,
Yeah,
you're an idiot.
and it's a disconnect. In LA, I guess they're like, yeah, like stick it to the man. This is gonna make her so appealing. But like for me, you kick off the movie like that, I don't like her for the rest of the film. Like she's unlikable.
Right. She's done. Yeah,
Yeah,
she got
totally.
done
She's
right away.
combative and squabbly. It's like I get that she's a teenager, but don't make her an asshole teenager.
Yeah. No, I would. I mean, yeah. And the other thing too is like, really, this could have been the opportunity to make it. This could have been the opportunity to make her a really fun character with her dad. And it's like, Dad, while you were gone, I was trying to be like Ant Girl or something, and I was doing
Yeah,
all
that's
this
what I
cool
put
stuff.
in your comments.
Yeah, I
It's like,
saw your.
I
Yeah,
want to aspire to what you do, but like I have no opportunity to do it, right? And he's like, "Am I really that guy?" Because he does question himself in his monologue. Like I'm just a guy, and I saved the world. Like what the hell?
this is the most expensive theater. It's IMAX.
Yeah,
It's
take that one and multiply it by 26. It's like
yeah, it's $26. It
yeah,
costs us $26, and then my popcorn is $18. That's how much the
right.
popcorn was
Yeah.
absolutely amazing. I have to say,
It was
though,
good. It was
it was
good.
very good. This might have been the best popcorn I ever had. So that
It was
saved it.
fresh. It wasn't like it wasn't getting hard when when you
No,
push it down and
yes,
it goes into a flat, hard
yep.
shape.
I hate that.
But
This
this
was
is good. It
yum.
was fresh,
It was very yummy.
It's fresh.
And then I always think, man, I
Ramsey
should
would be
get.
proud. Is it fresh?
I just watched Next Level Chef today.
Yeah.
I like those. Yeah, no, the popcorn was really good. The Coke was okay too. So like,
No, mine was flat. So
oh, yours was fun. What do you get though?
Diet Coke.
Oh, I get Coke Zero.
I didn't see it there on its.
It's always there.
labels.
It's the one that's the furthest away.
Yeah.
Well, depending on where you're standing, it could.
Yeah.
Anyway, but okay, but then they get to the quantum realm pretty fast. So then I thought, okay,
That's
they're
cool.
that's cool. And then unfortunately, it's just dark. So I don't know. I have to say, Eternals did not look that much better at home though.
Okay, so there you go.
Like
that
I
was
watched.
awful. Yeah.
Yeah, I watched it at home. My wife wanted to turn it off after about 20. She doesn't know, and she doesn't know about any of these comics.
No.
She wanted to turn it off after about 20 minutes. Like she's just like, I'm kind of done. I'm like, I said, well, whatever you want. Do you want to just finish this or no?
You. Yeah.
And she's like, oh, I love those. Yeah, I could drink that. I could drink and nachos and pop. Geez, I could drink those like ices. Yeah, I could drink those ices as my normal drink all the time. I would get like the large ones, and I could do a whole large and like refill and get another large. They took away
Our
refills
theaters don't have great options. It's just the same old pops and the same old popcorn. Like they should expand a bit. Like people have been yelling at them to do this for 25 years.
I know.
Like some of the Indian theaters that have like 2 screens or something have like samosas and cool stuff like that. Like why wouldn't you do something cool like that? Or like a Jamaican patty or something. I would eat that.
I love beef patties.
Yeah. The old style, like Mr. Patty.
Oh man,
not
okay.
The store-bought ones are dog food. It's a different formula.
Dude,
you have to go to a store. Like we have a store in Scarborough.
Okay, so hold on a second. I didn't know about all this. Next time we're doing the movie at my place, if you just come a bit earlier or whatever, go to Square One. You park where? Do you remember where Zellers used to be? Park there.
Yeah.
And you go in. I love raspberry too. Blue raspberry is good. No, but you go into the food district, not the food court.
District. Okay. Yeah.
District. Yeah. There's beef patties there. It's like they're like $2.50 each or something.
Okay.
And they're fresh, and you can get all versions, spicy, extra spicy, beef, chicken. It's like beef, chicken, veg, regular, spicy, extra spicy. So all 6, and that's all they have.
Yeah.
There's nothing else.
Yeah.
It's like patty, and they continuously make them.
Yeah.
My God, they're so fresh and so good. I ate 4.
Yeah.
I'll get 4. We'll just get a 6-pack. Got a 6-pack of patties. That's how we do it. And
Yeah.
my wife will have 2, and I'm like, I'm eating all 4 of these suckers.
I'll
They're
check that out. I was walking around the mall before we went,
Oh,
and I didn't know about that. I just went to the regular food court for food, but like
no, you can't.
I've been through that district, and I'm like intimidated because there's all sorts of cool stuff there, and I'm like,
we've done it all.
I'll have to take some time to just walk through there and see all the cool stuff.
It's expensive, but the patties aren't. So
Yeah.
the food district is next to Indigo. So I usually go check out the D&D
Right,
books, and
yeah.
then we go in thingy. I'm getting through this. I'm 450 pages in.
Who?
House of the Dragon season 1 is about 50 pages of this.
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah.
They're so scared they're going to run out of material. They're like, okay, we're taking our time on.
Yeah.
And I'm about halfway through this thing.
Cool. Jedi Apprentice. Oh yeah,
it's those it's those kids. They're like kids books, right?
Yeah.
Well, not I don't know what Scholastic.
Young adults.
Young adults. Sorry, that's what it's called. Yeah.
When we were kids, they were just called books.
Yeah, I just thought they're
like
books.
Young adult was really the Scholastic ones with the big font, and like Judy.
Yeah. Well, this has pretty big font.
Adult. Yeah.
This has pretty big font.
Yeah, like the Ninja Turtles novelization, Mortal Kombat novelization.
I have that.
Thin,
I have it.
But they had chapters. Yeah.
I have every Mortal Kombat book that came out.
That Mortal Kombat book was great, like the movie one. I was so when I went to see the movie, I was disappointed because like it's not like the book, but the book was a version of the movie. Yeah.
No, I don't know what that is. I don't like. I'm not too spicy. I don't get extra spicy. I'll just get normal spice. My wife is Indian, and I can take more spicy than her. Do you ever get shawarma on rice? I usually just get shawarma on rice, and I get it medium spicy. It's so yummy. Have you ever had with tahini sauce and garlic sauce?
That. We also have.
I'm getting so hungry, and I just had 4 tuna wraps, and I'm still.
Oh yeah, we also have biryani and all that stuff like
yeah.
Food and all that. Yeah. No, I love spicy food. I never had Carolina Reaper, but everyone carries on about how hot it is, but I don't know.
Yeah, no. Tomorrow we're going to Cora's for I get the strawberry waffle. Yeah. It's like this big, and it's like so good. And then my wife gets the all fruit. It's like she gets the all fruit waffle, and I get just the strawberry one because I just like strawberries. Yeah, it comes with custard and all that. So it's so good.
I haven't been to Cora's in a long time. I'm usually like an Egg Smart man or but I wish they had IHOP here. Like we used to cross the border to eat at IHOP.
Oh my gosh! Yeah, I never had IHOP.
They had a stuffed like a cream cheese icing stuffed football shaped pancake for the football season, and they used icing to draw the laces and stuff on it. That thing was the greatest thing I've ever had.
Wow,
it was so good.
That's
you cut into it, and the cheesecake stuff comes out.
Ghost peppers. Yeah, those are the.
Cool.
But yeah, no, I love eggs and bacon and sausages and all that. The only thing is I just don't get that I used to get that at Cora's, but then the thing is that like I'm like I can kind of make this myself if I really want to. Whereas a waffle I really can't make like their waffles. Yeah. So that's the only reason I did that. So we've got I think Bill is gonna come join us for another one of those 90s things.
Okay, cool.
So that'll be cool. I don't know when that maybe what's today? Friday? Yeah. What's next Friday? Maybe we could do that next Friday if you want.
Yeah, you have another one of these scheduled for some time.
Yes, and I can reschedule Cap. That was just to bring it back. I thought let's do Captain America 100 because that was an awesome comic.
That was awesome, yeah.
But that brought Cap into his own series again. I guess that's volume 2. You technically call that volume 2. But then with Ant-Man coming out, and I was like, you know what? Let's do Kang. And I actually have. So we're going to be looking at this one. I've got it on PDF officially through my Captain America CD-ROM collection from Marvel. Yeah. It has all the Captain America comics on it. But I also have Captain America. What am I saying? Avengers. I have the soft cover masterworks of the first 2 volumes of Avengers. Okay. And this is in that, but we're gonna obviously look at it off the screen. I'm not gonna hold up my book or whatever. Right? Like, so we'll look at it off the screen and go through it. So we used to do this show just as audio only, but now we can live stream it and we can actually show the comic and talk as we go. So that's kind of neat.
Yeah.
But I thought, yeah, with Ant-Man coming out with Kang and everything, is the new Ant?
No, it's not.
No,
It doesn't make me want to watch the rest of them.
because they make fun of Ant-Man again. Like, I mean, the first 20 minutes is awful, and then it's in the quantum realm, which is dark. Look, let's do a layman's version, not a nerd version. Nerd version is the regular person, normie. Normie
Regular
version is
person,
normie is this. It's like, oh, that's funny. Oh, I can't see what's going on. I don't understand what's happening in this movie. This is not fun. That's it. That's what's gonna because like
the laugh
Ant-Man,
lines did get laughs out of the audience we saw.
Some of them did get a few laughs. Yeah.
And like MODOK is always a joke in these things. So,
yeah,
you know,
he's a jokey character. You know what? I as a kid or whatever, I used to confuse like Mojo and MODOK would always get me. Like I'm like, because it's like big, like no leg
big
thing is what I was.
Guys
floating guy or whatever.
Yeah.
MODOK is a silly character. He's always been a bit of a silly character.
I would say this movie is not a good start to Phase 5 because the whole crux, I thought, of Phase 5 was Kang. And they introduced Kang here, and the actor does a lot with what he gets.
Yeah, he's great.
With just he has great screen presence. But the character, I don't understand what the goal is of this character, what the threat is. I don't know what I'm supposed to be looking forward to. With Thanos, you knew that if he got the gauntlet, then he has ultimate power to do what he wants. And in Infinity War, they showed what he wants. He wants to kill half the universe. And it's like, and they had his whole philosophy and everything, and you're sold. With Kang, I don't know. He wants to conquer, but then that's one Kang. And that's the problem in the comics, too. It's like there's other Kangs. They're their own characters. So who am I connecting to? What idea am I connecting to? I connect to Thanos' idea of whether or not it's moral to destroy half the universe to save the universe. With Kang, what am I connecting to? What's his thing? I don't know. I saw a whole 2-hour movie, and I don't know. And now you want me to watch these other ones? No thanks.
But they had ample
because I'm an asshole.
Well, yeah, no, but they had ample opportunity in this movie.
Yeah,
because there's a lot of other exposition parts that didn't need. Like just cut out Bill Murray's entire thing, like that entire sequence going to the bar. Remove that whole sequence, and in place of that sequence, do a Kang backstory. That's it.
Right. Yeah.
That's it. Yeah. Because Thanos' backstory is not 7 hours. It's like he's one of those. He's a numerist or whatever. What's that philosophy called? Numerism, like numerism or something. Where it's like it's Ozymandias. Yeah. If I kill 15 million people, I'm saving the 6 billion or whatever, right?
Yeah.
It's so he's like, he goes, the universe is destroying itself. It can't sustain all these people. I'll remove half of it, and then now we're gonna be okay. So it's like the ends justify the means, sort of, but you're killing people. So, but Kang is like, I don't understand. Like, he was going through time and destroying reality. The problem is, this is also not really the Kang that we're about to look at. I don't think, and I don't know New Kang.
Well,
but
New Kang,
Kang is going through time in comics. In this movie, he's going through universes and destroying universes. That's what his ship does. He doesn't necessarily. He's not. I always thought of Kang as the Master from Doctor Who, right? Like a bad guy master. Mm-hmm. But really, he's not in this movie because Doctor Who or the Master can't go to different parallel universes. It kind of happened in David Tennant's thing, but
the parallel universes are the alternate timelines.
Oh, is that what they're saying?
That's what they're saying in this MCU thing. Whenever you branch off, you create a new timeline, right. But jumping to that timeline is they're using the parlance of like you're going to another universe, right? And that's the whole what if thing. What if was that? It was all different. Like what if this other thing, like the cartoon. What if this other thing happened? It spins off and it's its own universe.
Yeah, it's its own universe,
and
right?
So, and they showed that it was all glass.
So there's not existing parallel universes before that?
Yeah, there would. I don't. Yeah, no.
No, I'm not even. I'm not trying to trick
The
you.
problem is that is the comics too. That's my problem with Kang in the comics. That like it's like he's Scarlet Centurion. He's Ramatut. He's
Right,
freaking Immortus. He's Victor Timely, who we see at the end of this movie. He's freaking Kang. He's Kang Prime. He's this other asshole Kang. Like it's like he's all sorts of, and it's like once again, it's my thing with I understand it's comics and they have to constantly iterate things. And so
right,
for Kang, what they did was every time you saw him, there's a new thing, there's a new surprise.
right.
Um, but there's no character there to me. Like it's like, who am I? What's a Kang then? You know, like who do I like then? You know, like if I like Victor Timely, do I like freaking? And Victor Timely turns out to be uh Kang Prime in disguise. But it's like so that's the comics, and that looks
Right.
like
He's
what
not
they're
a
doing
character. He's a
here.
plot device, really.
Yeah,
Right.
but that's what they're doing here in the movies. But like I would argue it never really worked in the comics. People buy the comics and they're like, oh yeah, Kang, you know. But like it's like introducing this to like a normie audience. They're gonna be like, so I saw this thing with Kang. So you're saying that the Kang in these other movies isn't that Kang, but I like that guy. So who's this? Like they're gonna be
That.
stunned.
So
It's
that's
like
where I'm at.
Loki.
Because
Everyone was like, "Oh, that guy in Loki was awesome," and then he dies, and then this new guy comes, and they're like, "I like that guy," and then he's dead, and
I
it's
like
like,
that
"Well,
guy.
they got these
Yeah.
other Kangs." It's like,
And I
"Oh,
don't like any of them. At the
yeah,
end, when they showed all those other spoiler,
yeah,
who cares? It's like
yeah,
at the end they show all those other Kangs, and I don't
yeah."
like any of those. I only like the one that we just saw
I like the
get
look of them.
pulverized.
I
I
don't know
like.
who the third one is. I know, and people online are confused too. It's like the sparkly guy. I don't know who
Oh
that
yeah,
is.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, but
No,
whatever.
I
It's
like the Kang.
Immortus and Ramatut, and that's cool. You know.
I don't know. All I know is that we're about to look at this comic, and in this comic they're about to look at one Kang, who is the norm, what I consider like secret, like you said, Secret Wars Kang.
It's Secret Wars
That's
King.
the real Kang for
Yeah,
me, and
yeah,
So I always look when you're a young guy, you're going by the look of the character. That's it.
yeah,
There's Kang for me was one of my favorites because he
yeah,
just looked awesome.
yeah,
I don't care. Oh, if he's Rama Tut, well, then he doesn't look like Kang. That's not Kang to me. I know they're saying it's Kang, but I don't care. I want purple, and blue, or purple and green like armor.
yeah.
So this Kang, the real Kang, beats the crap out of including
All the
Ant-Man and Wasp.
Avengers. Yeah,
He beats up Captain America, Iron Man, Thor, and Ant-Man and Wasp. And in
yeah,
this movie, there's only Ant-Man and Wasp who really
yeah,
are, kind of useless.
yeah.
What the heck? And then he gets killed by ants or something. I'm like, why is this?
Well, Wasp does come in for the save in the comic.
Yeah, thank. Oh yeah.
In the comic, in the movie
Okay.
too, but in the comic,
Yeah.
she
Oh,
gets that gun.
thank God
Yeah.
that woman came in and saved that man or whatever. Woo.
Yeah. Well, that's the thing. Like, Kang gets beat by Ant-Man and the Wasp. So why should I care about Kang Dynasty then?
Right.
Like, yeah.
They should.
Although this new Avengers team sucks, so maybe maybe he can
No, but
defeat them.
I don't understand why okay. What is your point? Are you trying to make it like, if you're trying to connect them, which they are, why don't you just have them escape? Like
Yeah.
they beat Kang up a bit. They beat him up a bit.
And it's like
and
they know they can't defeat him, so they escape. And they're like,
Yeah.
he's safely in that universe, I think.
Right.
And then
Just shut it down or whatever.
Yeah, yeah.
What they wrote themselves into a corner by having all these innocent people there that I don't care about at all.
Yeah,
I thought that, it was Nightwolf from Mortal Kombat 2, that Nightwolf woman.
Yeah, and the Nightwolf woman. Yeah.
Nightwolf woman. I'm like, I don't care about you. And then Cassie was like, wow, you're so badass. It's like, no, you're not. You got captured. Like,
you got captured, yeah.
It's like, wow, you're so cool. You're not cool. You literally got captured. That's not cool. It's just like
rescued by a 14-year-old. Yeah.
Right. I'm rescuing you. You're so cool. I'm like, but I'm a dumb kid. I said this in the theater and I did get a couple of laughs where she's hugging. She's like, this is all my fault. And I guess it is.
Yeah.
I got a couple.
Guys like, yeah, no, you're a dumbass. Yeah.
Yeah, you're dumb. Yeah, I know. So every time she's like, oh, I messed up. I know.
Yeah.
You messed up. You're an idiot.
Up.
Yeah, you're stupid.
So when all those people die in a Kang Dynasty movie, that's Cassie's fault, man.
Right.
Yeah.
Nice going, Cass. Yeah, why they had to kill him? He was the best character. Was the only, I like Hank Pym though, because I like Hank Pym controlling those super 1,000-year-old ants. That was cool.
Well, so I don't know what happens to Kang at the end of the movie. So like,
Well, he's not dead. Maybe he
is he
might not be
Pym
dead.
particled or something, or
I don't know.
he says while he yawns. I don't
Oh God, it's tiring me out. We're talking about this movie and it's tiring me out. That's how bad.
That's a great clip, man. You gotta go back.
This is like, how did Kang die? I don't know. Star Wars. I'm gonna clip that with Penny from the only funny thing in Big Bang Theories where they're playing the charades game or whatever, and Penny's like, I don't know, Sheldon, are you Star Wars? He's like, how can one man
be an abstract concept? Yeah.
But she's just so like, I don't know. That's like, I'm just done. Like, I don't know.
I love when he dressed as the Doppler effect, and then it's like
that was
and you're
that
like,
was funny.
Where are you? It's like, I'll give you a hint. And I'm like, you're the Doppler effect, yeah.
That was before that show jumped the shark. As soon as they added that Bernadette, who's the worst character in film history, well, I don't like Amy Farrah Fowler. She's
as soon as he got girlfriends, it was over. Because it's like they're not losing. And plus, like I counted like the amount of sexual partners that what's his name gets,
Leonard,
the main guy.
Yeah,
it's like
Leonard.
7 or 8 of them or something. It's like what the hell?
Yeah, he's had like 7 girlfriends. Like, you're not a nerd. It's like a nerd has 0. Like, oh, I got a thing for that. Hold on. Where is that? I just added one the other day. I added something the other day. Here you go. Not so many girlfriends. Oh boy, our buddy Kang. Did you know the Quantumania? What is it? Yeah. I saw that, but at one point he took out a bunch that were red and blue.
Yeah,
it's like the red ones shrink and the blue ones enlarge or whatever it is, right? But he took out a bunch and they were all different colors, so I don't even understand what happened. He threw them. It's like, so did you shrink large?
It was red when he went in, because he's like, oh, and there's like red coming out, and I'm like, okay, well, he got red.
So that's the shrinking one
or whatever. I don't know what So I was like, I mean, does the rest of the audience know what the hell happened? Because like,
no.
I read this stuff and I don't know what the hell happened. So yeah,
I have no idea. Nobody knows. Nobody knows.
I thought they're going to be stuck in there, and I was like, oh, that's cool. Then that leads to like other things, and that didn't happen.
No.
So yeah.
All right, here you go.
Here he is, man.
This is Avengers number 8.
I love the arrows on some of these 60s covers. It's like, this shit's happening. Like,
like look at it. Look at what's happening here. It's like Thor's hammer.
Look at this guy. Oh, yeah.
Thor's. So look, Iron. Can you see my mouse or no?
Yeah.
Okay, so Iron Man is shooting his rays and it's blocking. Thor just threw the Mjolnir and it bounced off.
Yeah.
And he's about to throw his shield, but we know that's not going to do anything. Wasp is like, yeah, I'm out of here. And Ant-Man's
she's getting out of here.
And Ant-Man's a squatter. It's like,
yeah, he doesn't know what
is this Rick Jones?
Yeah,
is this Rick Jones? Okay.
I hate Rick Jones.
Yeah, I was gonna say there's a oh man, is that Rick Jones? Rick Jones? Like the Hulk Rick Jones?
Yeah, he was in everything back then.
Okay.
He has a little gang in this.
Yeah, it's his gang. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So
I want to see what you see. Go down.
Oh no, hold on. We're getting to don't get ahead of yourself. Firstly, this is approved by the Comics Code, so that's good. This is Kang. Okay, destined to rank as one of the most unique villains of all time. Booyah! I like that shit. And
yeah.
And wait till you learn his surprising idea. Wow, his surprising identity. Just wait. Okay, can you think of any one man whose power is greater than that of the Avengers? Don't answer that. Not until you meet Kang the Conqueror. And like, look, Conqueror's over top of the, because it's so awesome. It overpowers the other words.
It's true.
And they still had a comma because you gotta.
Yeah.
Okay, here's what you get to see in this comic: the Mighty Avengers trapped. The Teen Brigade in action. That's Rick Jones's people.
Yeah.
Action, drama, thrills, as only Marvel can present them. We need to clip that and send that to Kevin Feige. Remember when this used to be your motto?
Yeah. I
Like,
like
go back
how
to that.
they couldn't fit more C's in there, so they just put action, drama, and all that stuff into one C. Thrills.
Yeah, they could have put, yeah, they didn't, instead of saying
It
see
could have
this
been the
and
whole
that and that.
cover, but it's like,
Right.
yeah.
All right, so here's Kang the Conqueror, the
Dun.
mighty Avengers. Okay, so they've been called in, and look, Wasp is signing autographs, which is great.
Yeah,
Why is like Goliath or Giant Man or whatever we're calling him? Why
yeah.
is Giant Man big? Like, why can't he just walk in normal?
Because he's an asshole. He always likes to walk in at 12 feet tall, right?
Like, and there's
Yeah. He's
Thor,
Hank
Cap.
Pym, right? So,
So
yeah.
this is your Avengers.
Yeah.
Hulk leaves after the second issue, I think, so he's not in
Yeah.
issue 3. But then Captain America comes in issue 3 or 4, maybe 4, I think.
4.
Yeah.
It's 4.
So then from that point on, Cap's in the rest of them. Or at least
For a bit.
for a
And
bit, and then he leaves, and then whatever, right?
like at one point, it's like him, Scarlet Witch, Quicksilver, and Hawkeye, and that's it.
Right.
And then after that, he leaves.
Yeah.
Anyway, yeah.
All
And
right.
is Rick Jones part of the Avengers? I guess. He's in.
Yeah, he's part of it. He's part of it.
Yeah.
Okay. So they've been called in. It's like, wow, what's going on? Oh my god! Oh.
That's awesome, though, man. It's like Ghostbusters, like saving the day.
The day, saving the
Yeah.
day. Yeah, I know. Yeah, I love
They
that.
can't keep us down,
Yeah.
And they're like, yeah. Anyway,
Let me see if I do this. Oh, then there you go.
oh, there you go.
Did
More
that
background.
help? Yeah, more background, and I can kind of see the comments better now. All right. If I move
And
this,
Cap is like, turn on the TV.
yeah, what's going on? It's like, all right. Actually, no, this is worse for me. Hold on, let me make it back to a little bit to how it was, just because it's worse for me to see it, because it's worse for me because it's like so aligned to the other side.
Yeah.
All right. So, okay, the chairman's asking us to come in, blah, blah, blah. All right. So this guy's like, stay back. This is important shit.
Yeah.
Like, fucking
Give him
Avengers.
room.
Give him room,
Yeah.
man. It's the Avengers. Like, back off. All right. So now here's the big control panel. They're going to watch like the big message here.
Yeah, from the army here.
So here's this army military guy who we didn't do the credits.
Yeah, it's Stan
written
Lee,
by
Jack
Stan
Kirby.
Lee. Who's that?
Dick
Who's that again?
Ayers.
Who's Stan Lee again? Jack Kirby, the King of Comics, and Dick Ayers, and is that lettered by Sam Rosen?
Sam Rosen. Yeah, it's the typical people at this time. Yeah.
Yeah. So all right. Okay, so we turn this shit on. The controls are activated. Click. Okay, and then boom, here you go. Here's like this big guy. Okay, now this is the face of a man who's got like some serious shit that he's got.
It's awesome. Unload. Yeah. He goes, rather than tell you, I'd rather show you. It's like dun dun dun. And it's this like mega ship.
Okay.
The ship looks cool and unique. It looks like a shell you'd find on the beach, but like more metallic. Like Jack Kirby designed some cool stuff.
Oh, he's the best.
You ask him to design a sci-fi thing, he'll do it. Right?
No, he is the king.
Yeah.
So this is somewhat. It's not exactly like the ship he had in the movie. It is circular, but like it doesn't have these protruding things that shoot or whatever.
Yeah.
I mean, his ship was okay. I would have liked it more to be a bit more like, because this is very weird to me. This ship,
I don't remember it. Like I couldn't see it, so
yeah, I remember it was circular, but it was this, but it didn't have the cannons or whatever.
Yeah.
So this is video footage basically that they're being shown here of this. I love how check out. This is an old comic, UFO, and then when you read that as a kid, you're like, UFO? What the hell does that mean? Well, it means unidentified flying object. Oh, thanks, man.
Nowadays, everyone just says that, Yeah.
Yeah, they just think UFO. Yeah, they just know UFO is UFO. But this is like they had to be told, so that was cool. So then here comes the army, and like whatever, he just like destroys the shit out of them all.
Yeah. And and then he comes down in his little cool like thing here, cylinder.
Yeah, this looks like the raw Stargates in Stargate, that like Raw's like teleportation thingy.
Yeah.
All right, so he comes down. He's like, "Put away your childish weapons. They are no more than toys to me." They're like, "Oh shit, yeah, here you go." Now here it's clear. This is clearly like, so you can see his flesh.
It's a mask, yeah.
Did that change? Did it become his face or something later?
No, they might have drawn it like that later. It depends who's drawing it, right? But because I know like in Secret Wars, it looks more like you can't see his flesh at all, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, and that's more what we're used to. But
Yeah, this is I haven't read this in 100 years, so I
yeah,
was like, oh yeah, shit, he's got a mask here.
yeah.
For some reason, I thought his face was blue. I don't know why,
Yeah,
but
in cartoons, he's depicted as having a blue face, but or just it's supposed to be a metal mask, but like everything moves anyways. So it's
yeah,
like
so it's like,
Destro, right? You know, it's like how does his lips move when he has a metal mask on, right? You know,
yeah, I know, but
yeah,
Destro can do anything.
yeah,
That's one of the things that you have to just accept in life.
yeah,
It's like Destro technology. Yeah, so he's got Destro technology or whatever.
yeah,
So they're like, holy shit, this is what the shit, this is crazy.
yeah. So they fly there, and everyone's like, "Oh, it must be big if they're flying with their jet or whatever."
There you go, the big speed lines. All right, here they go. They and like he's like super relaxed on this like air cushion thing, and
You
he's
notice
like,
something too? Like, there's a lot of white backgrounds with these, and no one
yeah,
ever said anything back then, or even like now, right? Um, but yeah, it's like you don't have to color in everything, you know. So yeah.
what was the guy that would erase Kirby's the inker that would erase Kirby's lines because he didn't want to ink them?
Oh, I don't know about that. Like, I
What?
know that
Oh, dude, there's a
who?
guy
It's
that
not
would
Vince Coletta, is it?
maybe it was Vince. Man, I'll ask Clobby. Clobby will tell you
Because
instantaneously.
I know that Tom McFarlane, like when they were doing that project for Jack Kirby where everyone
Yes,
inked a page, he was doing that because that's what you do. You erase the pencils as you ink them, and he's like, I can't do this. So then he got an isotate sheet,
I
and then
remember.
he inked yeah, over that. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, so this guy would erase them and not ink them.
Okay.
Like he would remove detail because he's like, this is just too much.
Well, he doesn't want to do it, and then that's messed up. That's probably Vince Coletta.
Yeah,
It's probably
I'm gonna find out who that was. Guy who I guess erased Kirby's pencils. I don't know. There must be somebody. Vince Coletta.
Yeah, I knew that. Yeah, everyone hates that guy.
Yep. What a bastard. That
So
is
there's details
outrageous.
that missing. His art is probably even better than what we're seeing.
Yeah, there's more detail than we're seeing. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so I like how Thor's like, I find his confidence disturbing. He seems to have no fear of our power. And Wasp was like, I'll bet he's not bad. Looking under that
Yeah.
silly
He was a
headgear he's wearing.
stereotypical woman back then, yeah.
Oh, you're so horny, Wasp.
I know.
You're so
Everyone,
horny.
she's always like, oh, that dreamy Thor and all that stuff. I always love that panel where he's just lounging.
I
I
like
love
this
it.
too.
Yeah,
Yeah, he's like, what?
he's all
What? I'm
relaxed.
Kang. Like, what do you want? Like,
Yeah.
they're like, oh, you call yourself Kang, eh? You bastard, you conqueror. State your business here in the order by order of the Avengers. And this guy's like, what? Like, why are you talking to me right now? And he just presses one button, he destroys them all.
I want to say something too. Like, if you consider the Marvel method, if this was made through the Marvel method, which it
Which
probably was,
presumably it had to
if
have
you
been.
look
Right?
at just the panels, the story is totally told. It's like
Yeah.
you get there, he's lounging, he's pointing at him, talking to him, he's reaching for something to fight. It's like the story's there. And
Mhm.
it's like going back to the whole like who wrote what. It's like, I don't know, if you're telling Jack Kirby a basic outline and then he goes and does this. It's like he tells off the army. That's unmistakably what's happening there, you know? So
Yeah, and then so they're like, okay, so you got to think Jack Kirby drew all this, and none of this is here.
Yeah, so they're looking at this thing. They're being told this by the army. They're flying off.
They're flying
And
off, and then these
they
people are
get
like, holy
there and
shit,
he's
something's going
lounging.
on.
Yeah.
I have to say that I do. I didn't. I don't want to do Jack versus Stan.
Okay,
That's
sorry.
not what we're doing.
Yeah.
But no. But I actually think that sometimes Stan is putting in words to justify because like I don't need words here. Like
Yeah,
this
there's a
doesn't
lot going on here. Yeah.
like I don't need this.
Yeah.
It's like within the hour, the team aboard, and then I would have left all. I wouldn't have put words here. Like,
yeah, what's this? Yeah.
like I get it. They're just like, holy shit, like what's going on? Like,
Yeah.
why do they need to talk here? I
Like
certainly do.
everyone saying something here. It's like, there he is, and Thor's like, yeah, there he is, and then
Yeah,
Wasp like, yeah, there he is.
yeah. Like, why is Wasp talking? It's like stupidness,
Yeah.
right? I
Yeah.
mean, I'll bet he's not bad looking. How would you even like? That's so dumb. Even
Yeah.
if you're doing girl, like even if you're doing girl tropes, like, oh, she's just a silly girl. It's like, yeah, but she's not an idiot. That she's not that bad of an idiot. Like, well, the villain is oh, maybe he looks good. So what? He's a villain. What does that have to do with anything?
Yeah. God. Yeah.
That's dumb.
Yeah.
Anyways, so you can have dialogue here. He's like, okay, buddy, what are you doing here, right? It's
Yeah.
like, oh, my business conquest, of course. Yeah, come on. I'm called. It's like Kang the Conqueror. What's your business, Kang the Conqueror? Conquest.
I'm here to conquer. Yeah.
It's like I'm here to play you in Tiddlywinks.
Yeah.
We should redo our own dialogue. We should take one of these and do our own dialogue for it. It's like, why the F are you here, you blue-faced bastard? It's like, I'm here to challenge you to a game of Tiddlywinks. They're like, and then it's like, oh, okay, psych, and then he presses the button.
Yeah. He's got these anti-gravity things and all that.
Yeah, so he's so basically Kang is a technology guy. That's his thing.
Yeah.
It's like so advanced technology.
It just looks like magic, yeah.
Right. That's the point of it.
Yeah.
So his ship's like got this anti-gravity thingy. And
yeah.
Thor's hammer. So look at that, man. That Thor's the best, really. Yeah. He's a man of action. Iron Man's like pointing fingers and shit. Thor's like, yeah, whatever. I'm just throwing this.
I just throw my hammer.
Right. And it's like, oh, that was good. You did good, Thor, but you didn't know that Kang could teleport shit. He's like, no, primitive. Oh man, primitive. How you like that? He's like, yeah. What's his hammer? Is that supposed to be a damaged weapon or? Yeah. And like he teleports it back to him.
Yeah.
So he's got this invisible barrier here that like just gets transported back to him.
He employs a science as yet unknown to modern man. That's a
yeah. Thor's thinking like, oh shit, because Thor. By the way, Thor is Donald Blake. For people who don't know,
well,
it'll come into play later. It'll come into play.
Yeah, the Donald Blake thing. But even at this point, readers were supposed to have known that like Donald Blake is not a real person. It's just Thor's Thor's burden put on. Like he's a made up character, but made up by Odin. Yeah. So yeah.
He's not. Yeah, he's not.
He's a powerless.
He wasn't born like Donald Blake wasn't born through a mother and father and grew up and then Thor took him over. Yeah, it's like Thor. That is Thor.
Yeah.
Whatever. It's just, you know what?
Weird. They never did that. They never did that in the movies. They kind of did that in that Hulk movie.
Right. Yes, they did do that. Well,
they simplified it.
They simplified it. But no, just pretend it's like Shazam. He pounds his cane and then he becomes Thor. That's it. So just think of it that way.
And if he's away from his hammer for a minute, he turns back into Donald Blake. Yeah.
Man, I thought wearing glasses my whole life was irritating. Never mind carrying his hammer all the time. So Kang's like, yeah, okay, whatever, right?
Yeah.
So like this is page 6, and all the Avengers are defeated.
Yeah.
So I mean, I don't like this is Kang just showed up and he's like, yeah, you guys suck, and it's like, okay. I do like in the movie how he's like, which one are you again? Have I killed you already? Or
haven't I killed you? Yeah,
that was fun. He's like, you're the you guy with the hammer. He's like, oh no.
He's already killed Avengers, and
yeah,
that's cool.
All right, so then these guys are all anti-graved. So then the military's like, oh shit, like this is like serious shit right now because like those Avengers just got destroyed. And then here's this douche. This is the what's that guy's name from Ghostbusters?
Oh,
Peck.
Yeah.
Peck. This is the big Peck character. It's like, now Kang, or whatever you call yourself, suppose you state your business and explain your hostile acts. And he's like, I don't need to explain anything, you dumbass. Like,
but I'll just give you my origin anyways. Yeah.
But unlike the movie, I'll tell you my origin in a simpler way.
Yeah.
So it's like, yes, I was born in the year 3000. In the year 3000.
3000. Yeah.
It used to be 2000 though, right?
Yeah.
They never caught up to that.
Yeah.
In the year
He still
3000.
did it after the year 2000 because just to be stupid. There's like 2003 and they're still in the year 2000. Yeah.
That's great.
My favorite joke in that was Taco Bell will introduce a new product called the Fortune Tostada. And when you break it open, a fortune is in there. It's like the most common fortune. Tonight you will have crippling diarrhea.
Popcorn always kills me too. That's why it's like I
Oh,
get
yeah.
home and it's like right. It's like I get into bed. I'm like, damn it, I gotta get up and go to the bed.
Yeah,
That's the worst.
it's
That's
all
the
that
worst.
fat, you know. Yeah.
Oh my god. All right.
So yeah, year 3000.
Year
He
3000.
wanted
Here you
to
go.
now in the Fantastic Four 19, there's a more detailed origin where
Right.
he's a guy in the year 3000 that yearns for adventure because everything's so damned peaceful. Like everything's
Hmm.
peaceful, and he's like, this sucks. Like I want to fight guys and stuff. So then he goes to what he calls his ancestors' ruins, which is Doctor Doom. He had that time machine that Fantastic Four always used. It was like that platform in the
Yeah.
60s,
Yeah.
and he uses that to go back in time. But he creates like a big Sphinx ship, because a ship in a form of a Sphinx, and he goes back in time to like ancient Egypt and becomes Ramatut, and that Sphinx, of course, becomes the Sphinx we know.
Yeah.
Here, they're summing this up. At this point, readers would already know who Ramatut is. He was used a lot in Fantastic Four up to this point. Now he's Kang. So
Right.
yeah,
And this is in the movie at the very end.
right.
You do see that.
Yeah, that guy is in it. Yeah.
Yeah. So now this is cool because he has like these other like
Yeah,
guys
it
from
goes to
his
year
time.
4000, and there's these barbarians that are using technology they don't understand, and then he
Yeah.
controls them. So he has a barbarian army, which is awesome, like a future barbarian army. That's wicked.
That is
And those
wicked.
guys look cool. I want figures of every guy.
Yeah, this guy. Yeah, these guys are awesome. Like you
Yeah,
know, like so then it's like okay, so and then it's there's Ant-Man taking a dump again or whatever.
yeah, I know.
It's like they have to keep. I guess they didn't. I guess he wanted to draw him in the frame instead of just having his foot here.
Yeah, so he's like crouched, ready to go. He's like wrestlers when they're always like crouched like that, like
Right.
when they're about to pounce.
And then he
Yeah,
grabs. This is actually pretty good. He got him pretty good here.
yeah,
And like you know
looks
he's like
painful. Yeah,
he's gonna smash him or whatever.
but then he has like a thing in his armor that just
Yeah.
flashes, right?
And then it's like boom, and then he just it's like
And I love
explosion.
Thor's like, I've had enough. Like
Yeah.
he's like, screw this.
That's what Chef Ramsay says. I've
Yeah,
had enough, and then he
I've had enough.
smashes the meat or
Yeah,
whatever.
yeah.
I think Chef Ramsay read this issue. He's like, wait, I'm gonna use that for my thing.
Yeah.
It's exactly Chef Ramsay smashed.
Like hits meat, yeah.
Oh my god.
And that's the cover. He tries to throw his hammer, and those
Yeah.
little dots come up.
Yeah, they're yellow on the cover. That's just like now it's like this
Yeah.
energy
Yeah,
field
yeah.
or whatever. So now
And then
Wasp does some.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Wasp was thinking, she's like, I can like shrink down and get into the circuitry and shit. But then she trips an alarm or something, and yeah. Like they're thinking of everything here,
I mean,
Yeah.
like this is what I'm saying.
There's
Like
fighting all over the place.
there's like they're literally look, he's literally destroying the shit out of everybody. Okay,
Yeah.
so Cap got him good here. He tripped him up,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
And the second
And then
he's
they
down,
all get on
they
him. Yeah.
all jump on him. Like,
That's a
look
great
at
panel too. Like, oh, you're like,
it's like everyone's like, get this guy.
careful,
And
he's got his yeah. And then he's like, F this. He uses ship to vacuum them all up.
And they literally all get nailed. They all get vacuumed up. So here's where so now he goes through, and here's where you see everybody. So now Thor got transformed back to Donald Blake's, and he's stuck in this thing, and they're each stuck.
Yeah. They're all stuck. Yeah. The pin particles don't work. Now here's the thing that confused me in this era of Iron Man. The way Iron Man is drawn, it looks like a shell.
Right.
But the way he's written, Stan Lee always wrote him as it's really a metallic mesh that's super hard, so you can't penetrate it, but it's still malleable like clothes. And it's like that's never how he was drawn though. So
Right.
here he's like, I can't breathe and all that. It's like, well, you have a freaking thing, but I think it's like it's Stan Lee's version of it's like a mesh that's super hard or whatever, but you could still like constrict or I don't know.
Yeah, I know. I can't get my head around that.
They never fully realized that vision. It's always been metallic shells, like for the for all everything for like the torso and all that stuff. So that's
Like,
where
I
it
mean,
should be because he's Iron Man.
he's Iron Man. Like,
Yeah.
he's not Steel Shirt Boy or whatever.
Yeah. Yeah.
So okay, so Thor gets transformed into Blake back, so he's stuck. Pin particles don't work. Iron Man can't escape this field, and Captain America's just like knocked out or whatever he is, or just like stuck. They're all stuck.
Yeah.
So it's like, you must be mad. You're one man with one ship. It's like, true, but I'm armed with the weapons of the future. My ship alone could obliterate the moon. You're like, oh well, yeah, okay. So that's pretty good. Meanwhile, we got Wasp talking to Rick Jones.
Rick Jones, yeah.
And they're like, oh my God.
I'll go get a gun or something. And then Rick Jones like, I'll go get my team brigade and help me with my plan to free the Avengers.
Like, I don't even understand like what Rick Jones is going to do, really. Like, it's so weird.
I never like Rick Jones. I just never like it. I don't like A-Bomb. I don't like any Rick Jones.
Any Rick Jones version or whatever.
Yeah.
Maybe
I
Rick
think
Jones
it was Rick Jones that put the bands together to become Captain Marvel, right? Yeah, he was in the Captain Marvel comics, like the earlier Marvel Captain Marvel, the one who died.
I never read any of those.
Oh no, they're actually really cool. Like, because
Yeah.
he fights Thanos a lot in those. So yeah.
Yep, zero.
They're awesome. You should track
okay.
them down. Yeah.
Well, they're definitely on the site. So
yeah.
So I don't know. Like, I mean, how long are they trapped here? Because this is like all these things. Oh, Avengers.
Yeah, all over the world, everyone's like, we gotta mobilize. Like, we must put aside our differences and like freaking band together, man. Like, yeah.
Yeah, it's like the Watchmen or whatever. It's like,
yeah,
we have to band together. Here comes a team brigade. Da, 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 da.
Right? Yeah,
team brigade. I do like this idea of they're like, hey man, you're the best. We wanna worship you and work for you. It's like, oh, okay. Yeah. We realize Earth hasn't a chance against you. We want to be on your side.
He seems to be swallowing it. Yeah. Because he's such an egotist.
Yep.
Like,
so that was a cool idea.
Yeah. That is cool, actually.
So then he was like, okay, go on the ship or whatever. And then they're trying to find the Avengers.
Yeah.
And he's like, okay, listen, you've had enough time. I want you to bring me something from the ship. My voice will direct you to it. So like, okay, so they're forced to bring this thing down.
Yeah.
And then like, they drop it. Whoops, we dropped it. And he's like, you clumsy clods, do you know what you've done? And it's like, oh. So that was all just distraction.
Yeah.
So Kang's like, what the, I gotta fix this shit. And then they're like, okay, we got to find the Avengers. So then they come and find him. So they press these buttons or whatever.
Yes, press them. Yeah, it's like, I don't know. Yeah, and then it frees Thor.
Yeah, once Thor's free, then you're good because then he just smashes through.
And he does. He smashes through, and they get the others.
Yeah, and like I gotta say, this comic is very like all these comics are so fast.
Yeah.
This is page 16, so this is approaching the end.
Yeah, all of this would be saved for like another 4 issues.
Like if this was a new comic,
yeah,
there'd be stuff. There'd be okay. There's this panel of him saying, "Let me get the team brigade," and then the next panel would be him going to every team brigade person, right? Panel, and then they're like, oh, well, I don't want to be part of this anymore, or it's too dangerous. What are we going to do? Talk, right? Talk. Then you'd get this panel, right? Like, it's like there'd be so many panels in between to tell you stuff that you already know.
Because they don't understand what cartooning is. Like, this is cartooning. Yeah. It's like that panel where Janet Van Dyne and Rick Jones are talking. That tells you everything about they're going to band together and have a plan. Then you have these other panels where it's like around the world, everyone's like, "Oh my god!" and they're banding together and stuff. And and then that panel in the background, the gang is mobilizing. It's like they know how to tell a story. Like comic books is still an art form, and I
Yeah,
think that's what like modern comic people don't understand. They just think like, "Oh, it's stupid. I'll just like put all this stuff." It's like there is a better way to do this if you study the masters, right? Instead of poo-pooing them on Twitter,
yeah, really.
Yeah.
Even Tom McFarlane said in that one of those Stan Lee artist profile
Yeah.
episodes or whatever they're called, the comic
Yeah.
great,
Those are
whatever.
great. Yeah.
And he's like, I could do one page. He's like, he goes, I don't need to show the car driving, then the car hitting the banister, then the car going off the cliff. He's like, I just have one big page of a car going off the cliff coming towards you, and you could see the
Yeah.
broken banister, and you could see
You know what
the
happened.
lines, and you're
Yeah.
like, oh, okay, he went off the edge.
Yeah.
It's like, and that's one page, that's one panel versus like several panels. It's like,
Yeah.
I get it. Okay, I'm gonna do something. Boom. Here's what's going on in the world. Boom. Right?
Yeah. This is not storyboarding. This is comic books.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. They
Yeah.
they storyboard everything. You're
Yeah.
right. That's what it is.
Yeah.
Yeah. Now, oh, what's he gonna do now? Let's talk to this guy. Talk to this guy. Talk to this guy. Talk to this guy. Right? It's like, no. It's like, okay, he's got them all here. Like, look,
Yeah.
I'll get the brigade. Boom. Here they are. It's the same. This is actually the same. You can't tell on here because of the scrolling. But look, that's the end of the page right here.
Okay.
So this is the beginning right here.
Yeah.
Like this is the beginning. This is the page. So on the same page, this is the end right here.
Yeah.
This is
They
so on the same page
approach Kang. Yeah.
he gets the team brigade. We see what's going on in the world and these two. We have back at what the military's doing. He's got the brigade, and here they are with Kang. This is one page.
Yeah.
This would have been half a comic.
Right.
I'm not even joking because I'm actually reading a lot of new comics for some reason, and they're all like this, except for Joe Fixit. But like otherwise, they're all.
Wow.
I like Joe Fixit a lot. That's like that one's like awesome. Anyway, okay. So they have this ruse where they're clumsy and stupid, and they drop a bunch of shit. And then, okay, so they freed Thor.
Uh-huh.
All right, boom. So he comes out. It's like, okay, we get Iron Man. Now, Iron Man, what was he saying? Oh, it could be his heart, right? That was what it was. He's like, oh, I can't delay the others. He's like, yeah, I'm good, guys. Let's go. That's awesome.
Yeah.
Like you get like Iron Man seemed much more heroic.
Right. Back in these days. It's like, I'm good, guys. Do what you must. I'll follow. Yeah.
All right. So, there's so Janet's like, okay, so there's not much time. Let me see what Hank needs. She gets like this weapon or whatever, and she like has. Does she control wasps? I guess she controls wasps. Or
those
ants,
are
flying
ants.
ants.
No?
So those are flying ants. Yeah.
Flying ants. Yeah.
So they're bringing this weapon or whatever.
Yeah.
So Kang is like fixing this thing that they dropped. He's like, we did, our team brigade pulled it off. Like I'm okay with them. Like they didn't do anything too stupid or too unrealistic.
No, it's like, cool. It's like they had a plan, and it's plausible when I read it, and I'm like, oh, that's neat. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like,
I think
I'm
it's
gonna join
cool.
you, and yeah.
Okay. So but Kang is just like right back in.
Yeah.
It's like, once again, I foil your attack. It's like my protective shield, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
And then like, he's going for a block, and like Cap, this is awesome. Cap's just like, all right, we're boom, we're going to take it.
Thor needs no such protection. Stand aside, Captain America.
Yeah.
He's going to throw his freaking hammer again.
All right. Oh, this is awesome. My most powerful blow cannot penetrate the incredible shield of titanic force which surrounds him. Oh man. And he's like, now it's come the time for my pay. I'm pissed off now. I'm gonna fucking turn this shit on.
Yeah.
Giant Man, quickly. And then she this is actually pretty cool.
Yeah.
He's got this thing. So I can't tell if he's normal size or if he's giant, because she should be smaller, but I don't.
Yeah. Now I know how big the gun's supposed to be. So yeah.
Yeah. So like, but this is awesome. Keep pounding him. It's like, whoosh, here comes the big gun or whatever.
Yeah.
And it's like, and he's like, okay, the capsule inside this ray can penetrate any part of that shield. It's like, it's like smashing, and then he nails, like,
He
you see the
nails him.
project.
Oh,
He nailed him pretty good there.
yeah,
He's like, shit, right? You can see he's all beat up now.
yeah.
And then it's like he puts his hand up to control, like, so he can control. We don't really know how it all works because it's all just like, like crazy sci-fi
Yeah.
future weapons or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
We got 6 votes. I forgot to check the votes. Hold on.
Oh yeah.
It's like a vote break. We have 6 votes. He's okay. So I put how high, for those listening and not seeing us. I said, how high does Kang rate as a villain? And I said, pass. He's okay. One of the best in Marvel, one of the best of all time. And every single vote was he's okay. So nobody's dying over Kang or whatever. Yeah. All right. Okay, so shit. Now Iron Man comes in and boom, he deflects this thing.
Oh, the missile, yeah.
Yeah, that's cool. So that explodes. And then, oh man, he's gonna nail that.
The missiles in the so no more come out. He's like, that's the idea, son. Yeah. And so then they're all like, okay, we got you now, right? And he's like, nope, I got one more trick off my sleeve. I'm gonna emit radiation and like kill you all, right? So he tries to do that, but then Thor deflects the radiation back to him, and he's like, oh, so now he's retreating. They finally got him on the ropes. Finally, after like 30 pages, like they're finally got him.
Yeah, so this is page 20. Now this has removed all the ads.
Yeah.
So we don't know where the ads would have been
placed.
But
20 pages of story, yeah.
But like, yeah, but 20 pages of actual story. And literally Kang has just kicked the shit out of them this entire time except for this page here. So then they're like, okay, so we're almost at the end here. Mm-hmm. And then, okay, so he's trying to block. He's like, everyone's getting behind him, and he deflects it back. And then he takes off, but and then it's gone. Like he goes in like invisible or whatever.
Well, it's probably going in time somewhere.
Yeah, so he'll go to back. Yeah, he'll go to different times. Like, will he ever return? It's like, yep, I'm sure he will.
Oh yeah, he'll make a figure out of him too.
Yeah,
yeah.
So like, and then you've got everyone like, yep, that's it. And you got the Team Brigade in the back, and the next issue is the first Wonder Man. So we'll.
Yeah.
But I mean,
did you have Kang as a kid or no?
Secret Wars?
Yeah.
No.
He was a peg warmer. Like he wasn't popular at all. And I remember, like, I never bought the. Now it's stratospherically high, but I never bought the sealed card of him. I should have, because he was the cheapest one.
I actually like Kang. I wanted that one. I had Dr. Octopus, Dr. Doom, Spider-Man. Let me see who. I didn't have Wolverine, but I always wanted him.
Yeah.
I think those are the only ones I had for Secret Wars. Let me see what else came out. What else came out?
I had loose Secret Wars, but I own 2. I own Iron Man and Captain America sealed in package. And I'll hang on to those. But it's funny because Falcon and Kang were peg warmers. Falcon's like $300 now. You know, it's crazy. He's higher than like Iron Man and Cap. And Kang, I don't even know what the hell Kang is now. So
yeah, I'd like to get. I don't have any in the packaging. I wanted Captain America, but I actually was upset that the shield wasn't the normal Cap shield. It was so
it's not. It's so stupid. You know,
I mean, that was really weird.
Yeah, everything was that dumb lenticular thing. You know.
Yeah, I've got so right now I only have Dr. Doom. He's in perfect condition with there's not many accessories, but he doesn't have the shield, I don't think, but he has everything else. All of my childhood ones were destroyed. One of my Spider-Mans, his leg broke off. My Dr. Octopus, I lost all the 4 arms. They all came off.
Those
were not very durable.
No, it's funny because other people say they were, but I don't remember them being durable at all. Kids would bring them to school and they'd break like pretty easily.
And the paint
Like the
wore
legs
off.
would come off and stuff.
Legs came off. The problem is that also the paint was really shoddy. Like
Right.
because Spider-Man's chest, his webbing was just painted on, and it
Yeah.
rubbed off so easily.
Really quickly. Yeah. I
Um,
no, I had the Captain America Turbo Cycle, um the um the the Captain America base, which was like two
yeah,
big
yeah.
platforms in a tower, and Tower of Doom, and I sold them all to I traded them all in to get a lower price on Star Wars stuff. I kind of regret giving up the Tower of Doom because it's the most because most of the stuff was not Marvel stuff really,
Mhm.
but the Tower of Doom you can see as a Doctor Doom castle. I don't know what happened there, but yeah,
Just
um,
trying to click this one.
yeah, Tower of Doom was it was easily a Doctor Doom castle, which is pretty
Right.
cool. The rest of it was not part of Marvel Comics. Like it's not like Captain America had that cycle thing, and it was not even a cycle. It's just a car, um, and all that stuff, right? So yeah, it's a weird line because like the vehicles that were presented in the toys aren't from the comic. In the comic, they have vehicles for the comic, like for that mini series, but they didn't make those. They made new stuff. It's weird, and it's funny because you just want a Marvel like line. Like I know they
Right.
made Secret Wars to make that toy line, but as a kid, you just want a Marvel. You want the Daily Bugle building. You want like whatever vehicles the characters have already.
Yeah, I will say that like yeah, it's like Secret Wars is like
Like
it was
that's why
neat,
superpowers
but
is so good. Yeah,
yeah, but superpowers is like a superpower. Well, really, I mean, I like oh god, like Star Wars, He-Man, superpowers. That's like my top three.
yeah.
Transformers was out of my price range
Price range.
for
Yeah,
it's just that I had very few.
and they're
GI
blocky and weird.
Joe,
Yeah,
I
GI
just felt
Joe.
like I like GI Joe, but like I'm like, but Superman is bigger, and I like Superman more. Like
Yeah,
GI
yeah,
Joe, I mostly like the bad guys. Like I just thought Cobra guys looked cool.
yeah.
And I watched all the cartoons. I never had very many. I think I only had Tigra and Monkeyan
Oh, for Thundercats? I
for
never had any
Thundercat.
Thundercats. Yeah,
Yeah, I had those two.
yeah,
Superpowers, I had a shit ton. Like Superman, Batman, Robin, Wonder Woman, Flash, Aquaman, Green
yeah,
Lantern, Brainiac, Desaad, Dark Side, Parademon.
yeah.
Did I say
Oh, they were
Hawkman? I had
affordable too,
Hawkman.
right?
I had
Yeah,
Hawkman.
yeah,
Green Arrow.
yeah,
And like I think I got rid of all my childhood ones because they were beat up to shit, and I
yeah,
bought a bunch of them on in the packaging.
yeah,
But my childhood ones, I had like a ton.
hmm,
Like that was like, and He-Man, that was like my two biggest ones. Star Wars, I had very little Star Wars compared to those. I still had like a decent Star Wars, but Super He-Man, I had everything,
yeah,
and superpowers, I had like the whole first wave,
yeah,
easy. Like I had everybody. I have Captain Marvel, Shazam.
yeah.
I have
Well,
Shazam, but no cape.
that's crazy because he's supposed to be super rare, right?
Yeah,
So, yeah,
I don't know where that I didn't sell him. He's
yeah,
somewhere. He's in one of the boxes somewhere. I should really try to find that. But I had Shazam.
yeah.
That's crazy, eh? Like,
That is awesome. Yeah, no, I
yeah.
only had Superman and Hawkman, and then I had the toy biz Superman with the ring. Um,
Yeah, I didn't have that. I didn't like that toy biz. I was like, this
I
is like
don't.
the shitty superpowers.
Yeah, I don't have any of those now, but I do have mint in box Batmobile from Superpowers,
Yes,
which I'll
yes,
never
yeah.
and it works. Everything's fine. I tried it once. I'll never try it again because it's plastic and it's like 40 years old. But yeah, I'll never give that up because it's
Yeah,
all
because it's
like that
awesome. Yeah.
Batmobile was awesome. And
That's the real Batmobile.
it looked like the Super Friends Batmobile. So
That is the real Batmobile to me.
yeah, yeah,
Like
yeah.
that is the Batmobile. Like when I think of it, that is the first one I think of.
Oh yeah, wow.
Yeah, that is the first one I think of. I don't know why, just like with the eyes, right?
Yeah, with the
Like the
eyes, yeah.
triangles.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah, I like that.
Yeah.
That like superpowers, is that
Kenner.
yeah, what's the artist? Lopez?
Yeah,
Garcia Lopez?
yeah.
Garcia Lopez. Yeah,
Yeah.
I mean, that is DC Comics.
Yeah. Jose Luis
Jose
Garcia.
Luis, yeah, Jose Luis, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. That's super. That is
Oh yeah.
that's DC Comics to me.
It's so awesome because they used his designs, but also they used Jack Kirby's characters like for the bad guys. They're like, we need
Yes,
a bad guy team, and then Jeanette Kahn, I think, was like, called Kirby into her office and said, you know what, like Marvel is giving you a bum rap. It's like we want to center this line around your guys. It's like all Dark Side, Calabac, all those guys
yeah.
are
I had
great
yeah.
villains for this line, right? So yeah. And he was like,
Mantis. I had Mantis.
yes,
Shit,
Mantis.
I had my God. I had Penguin and Joker.
Well, you know what? I had Cyclotron, but he was never a comic guy.
No, I don't.
It's like they
Oh
just
yeah,
made him
yeah,
up, right?
yeah,
Yeah,
yeah. I don't have. Yeah, I
yeah.
had Brainiac. Yeah, I had what's the guy from Legion? Tier.
Tier, yeah.
I had
He's
Tier. I
barely
still
in the
have that.
comics. Yeah, yeah,
Yeah, man, I think I had the first two waves full. Like
yeah.
I did. I remember I needed Aquaman, and we
Mhm.
finally found him. Like fucking hell, yes. We
Yeah,
found him at Towers, and my grandmother was with me. I was like, Aquaman. She's like, let's do it, and we got him. I was
yeah.
super pumped.
When I think
I
of
like,
superhero like figure lines, that's what I think of. And when I see these like new figures, I'm like, they don't have the look and fun of, like, to me those 3/4 inch Marvel
yes,
guys
I got
that
some.
I
I got a
get.
bunch of those.
They're the closest to that thing where they look like the house style of the era I like, right?
Right.
And I don't think Secret Wars really captured that as well as Superpowers is perfect, you know.
Superpowers just kicked the shit out of it
Yeah,
for me. Like it was a no. I had three. I had Doctor Doom. I had Doctor Octopus. I had Spider Man, and
yeah,
like I think that's it. I
yeah.
remember the black suit. Like
Spider-Man, yeah,
Spider Man was at. We were at Fantasy Fair at Woodbine Center Mall,
yeah,
and we went to the toy store and they had them.
yeah,
So I was like, oh my god! And my grandfather was like, yep, let's buy them when we go home because we
yeah,
just got there. Right, because
yeah,
he's like, we're not going to carry him around. I'm like, yeah, okay. And I
yeah,
never thought of like, oh, it's rare. Like,
yeah, yeah,
we went back and he was gone. I was like, no. And the guy's like, oh yeah, we only had one or something. I was like, oh
yeah,
my god. And then my grandfather was good that way. He's like, let's scour. Like, he's like, let's find. We went everywhere, couldn't find it.
yeah, yeah,
My grandfather would take me on excursions.
yeah,
Like, I'd be like, I need the Mego Superman. He's like,
yeah.
let's do it. We went to every goddamn store. And then we couldn't find him, and we had Mego Robin. And I
Yeah.
was like, I want the Mego Robin.
Hey, Clobby, what's up?
Hey, Calabi,
Yeah,
how's it going? Hey. Yeah, we're still, yeah. Oh, yeah. We went through it all. It was awesome. This was
yeah,
awesome. And we talked great about Kirby, of course.
yeah,
But my grandfather drove me all around to find Mego Superman, and we
yeah,
couldn't find him. And then they
mhm,
had Mego Robin, and I was
yeah,
like, you know what? I was like, let's get Mego Robin because I didn't even know they had Robin. Like I'd had Batman already.
yeah.
And he's like, no. He goes, we're on a mission. He's like, we're on a mission for Superman.
For
He goes,
Superman, yeah.
we can't be effing around here. I'm like, oh, dude. I'm like, but I was like, okay. I said, forget Superman. I'll take Robin, and then we'll call it a day.
Yeah,
And he was like pissed off. He's like, what? Like it's like I gave up so easily. It's like
yeah,
the big. I love how like Mego superheroes toys instilled the big never give. He's like, you're giving up. It's like no, because
yeah,
we went out here. It was literally a lecture. He's like, we went here. We're here to find Superman. That's what we're gonna do. I'm like, I can't believe it's a big lesson. And I literally this is how I learned my lessons as a kid through buying toys.
yeah,
When my parachute man Spider-Man, those parachute guys are like this,
yeah,
the
yeah.
plastic ones.
Uh-huh.
I love those.
Yeah. No,
You
those
saw
are
my
great.
you saw
They
my
made
toy
so
picture.
many of them too. Yeah,
Yeah, I had Spider-Man, and the Spider-Man broke.
yeah,
I put him in the door. I wanted to have him trapped, and Batman
yeah,
was supposed to come rescue him.
yeah,
I shut the door, and it snapped him. I'm like, oh, it snapped his leg, and I know we couldn't find it, dude. We couldn't find it, man. We couldn't find it.
I never owned any of those Mego things. I feel like it's funny because you talk about the Mego stuff, J-Man, but like I feel like that stuff was out of print or like they were selling old stock at that point because into the
Spider-Man,
80s,
Batman,
yeah,
Hulk.
yeah.
Okay, and
You
check
talk about the 8-inch like cloth guys, right?
the cloth ones, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Clobber, you're gonna like this one a lot. Check this out. So I had Batman. So every time there was an episode of Adam West Batman, I would play out that episode. And the last one I remember playing out was with Shame, where he's got them like there's like a pole in the ground and he's tied them to the pole and then they're gonna get run over. And then Batman does the what's that thing called? Oh my god. Those guys, the bullfighter guys. What the hell are they called? Matadors. He does the Matador thing or whatever.
Yeah.
I remember acting that out, taking the cape off and trying to like make it so that he's like making the buffalo go onto the side or whatever. Anyways, I could never find Robin. To the point where they re-released a few and I've got them.
Yeah.
I got them. I love I love Robin.
I'm gonna get the Batman. It's at my comic shop. No one's buying it, but it's in the classic box, and he has the oven mitts and everything.
Yeah, the oven mitts. Yeah. So I had but I had Spider-Man for sure.
Yeah.
My neighbor had Hulk,
right?
And I loved Hulk. Now it was weird because I also had the small one. So I had a childhood.
Yeah.
The small ones I had.
The small ones is what I remember. Yeah.
Okay, so I had Batman, Robin, Wonder Woman, Hulk, Spider-Man. Let me think. I have an old Hulk that it's okay. I sold my childhood Hulk.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't sell. I traded.
Yeah.
Okay, so I needed Green Lantern to complete the Justice League for superpowers. So sorry, that's not what it is. I needed Stratos.
Okay.
To complete He-Man's guys.
Yeah.
I had Green Lantern and Hulk. Mega Hulk, the small one.
Yeah.
And Superpowers Green Lantern.
Yeah.
So I traded those. I traded those for Stratos.
Okay.
And then that guy who I traded it to literally moved and Stratos broke. Like it was like the rubber was so loose. It's like
yeah.
So I was so upset. My friend Vic at the time. Have you met Vic? You met him at my wedding.
Yeah, I've met Vic a few times. Yeah.
Okay. Vic gave me his Stratos.
Yeah.
I still have that Stratos. It's in my bathroom. I see it every day in the bathroom. I kept that Stratos that Vic gave me because he felt bad that I lost Green Lantern. Then I repurchased Green Lantern.
Mm-hmm.
And then decades later, I was sitting at my office and my cousin-in-law, whatever, like the guy who married my cousin, Brian, right?
Yeah.
He came over to me and I actually have it right there. This cord won't reach otherwise. He came over to me. He's like, is this something that you would want? It was the Hulk. The small Mega Hulk. I was like, what? I was like, and I was like, I gave this away and I could never get it back, And so I was like, oh, there you go.
Yeah.
And then I also have that Mega Hulk in the packaging.
He's trying to get into the family, man. He's like,
he's so random. He could not have known. It was the most random.
I feel like everyone had that Hulk except for me, but I feel like it was the most common, like of the 3.75-inch Mego figures you can get. I had the gift pack of the Batman, Robin, and the Batmobile.
I had that too.
I still have that Batmobile. It's in my basement. The windshields are taken off. I don't know. They're lost to the four winds, but it's a very, very durable toy. I still have the thing. The two figures were awesome. I chewed the shit out of that head. The head was rubber, and it was unrecognizable when I was done with it.
Dude,
I was like 4, right?
I did this, dude. I pulled a jigsaw,
Yeah.
or a Terrifier 2. That head is mangled to shit.
Yeah.
Batman's head and cape were rubber, and they were attached.
Rubber in one piece, you could pop it off, and there's a little bulb for a little
bulb. Yeah. But Robin had a plastic cape.
Yeah.
I don't understand.
The Robin figure I remember being really good. Like it was a
It was
durable,
good,
solid thing, you know.
but he
Yeah,
didn't have the sleeves, and it irritated me.
yeah, and he looked a little off model,
He
but
was
yeah,
off.
yeah.
And Wonder Woman, her bra was rubber, so you could actually flip her
You could
bra
flip it
open,
open.
and
Yeah,
there'd be boobs there. I'm like,
it's
okay,
so weird. I don't know what they're doing. Yeah,
it's so weird.
yeah,
But I loved that Wonder Woman. I loved that Wonder Woman, man.
yeah.
And
Shame.
same,
Your
um,
tongue.
that, and then when the superpowers came out with the blocking,
Yeah,
I carried that Wonder Woman everywhere.
yeah,
Like I lost it, and I remember thinking no, and I never got that one back. So I have one in the packaging now.
yeah,
But is it on the? Yeah, it's on the shelf. It's on the shelf right
yeah.
there. That's the only one I have on the shelf. I have my other Mega or my other superpowers in the packaging. I've got Red Tornado. Oh, I had as a kid I also had Red Tornado. Oh, and I still have my childhood Samurai complete
Oh
with
yeah,
the
that's
weapon.
cool. Yeah, yeah.
And he's got I kept them all perfect.
It's
I had
cool they
Samurai.
made that because he was like a cartoon guy, and they, you know, and he
He's
looks cartoon
my,
accurate. So
my Samurai childhood is
yeah,
bloody perfect condition.
yeah, and it's super
I
rare too.
really like Samurai.
Yeah,
To
he's
be
cool.
honest, I thought
I
he was
like him.
really
I like
neat.
Apache Chief. You
Apache
know,
Chief is
I
wicked
like
too,
Black Vulcan. I wish they
for
called him
sure.
Black Lightning, but yeah,
Yeah, who cares? I mean, I was just like, yeah. To me, it's like, well, what I know Black Vulcan before Black Lightning. So to me,
yeah.
Black
Well,
Lightning was
because
like,
the
why is this?
cartoon, right? Yeah.
Yeah, I was like, why is this? Is this a
And
ripoff
you
or what?
love Black Lightning,
No,
and
I
even
didn't know
like
about him.
even as an 11-year-old, I was like, I wish they called him Black Lightning.
Yeah, no, I didn't know him. So Black
Yeah,
Vulcan was like the OG guy. I'm like, who's this Black Lightning character coming in here and taking Vulcan's thunder? Yeah, and then when you're older, you think, oh, is it a Black Spock? It's like, no.
yeah, Black Vulcan. Yeah,
Tuvok is a Black Vulcan? No.
yeah, yeah. Or like
Um,
Tuvok or whatever. Yeah,
oh my god. But like just to get back
yeah,
to this. We're gonna have to do a thing on superpowers, and
yeah,
then we should do a thing on the Mego ones too.
yeah.
But yeah, this was pretty good. What am I saying? This was awesome.
It's awesome.
Yeah,
Yeah, and it's like as I was saying, if it was truly the Marvel method, yeah, Kirby basically told this story. I mean, the
yeah, like a
paneling
lot of this stuff
is the
does.
story. You know.
Yeah, like again, this can be removed. Like this is a lot. There's a lot of
Like all the
words here.
dialogue, yeah. And as you said, it seems like Stan Lee's justifying his writing by just like every guy has to say something, and it's basically the same thing. You know, it's like
Right.
there's
Yeah, like
Kang, there's Kang, there's
there's
Kang.
Kang. What are we gonna
Yeah,
do? What are we
yeah,
gonna do? What should we do? And then he didn't know where's that panel where he didn't know what the Wasp, and she's like, well, maybe he's handsome. It's like, what a
yeah. It's
dumbass
that one. It's
this.
one where he's lounging. Yeah, it's like
Why
that's
does
a
this
weird
need to
thing.
be here?
Yeah,
This can be
yeah,
removed.
yeah,
Like, I understand. I like the idea that Thor is like thinking like, oh shit, this guy's pretty confident. Like, what the
yeah,
hell?
yeah,
Um, and like you could just be like, what's he sitting on? Like this doesn't need to be this long. Like
yeah,
it's like you could have you could have said all this very easily. It's like, there he is. He seems to be sitting on some sort of thing. Yeah, I see that. So
yeah,
he could have just said, so this is Stanley. This is Jack Kirby showing you what's going on, and then Stanley's just telling you, but I already see it. He could just be
yeah.
like, "What the hell is he sitting on? Like, what is that? What is he sitting on?"
Yeah, the
And then
dialogue seems like old radio plays, like where it's like they're telling you what you're seeing. You know, it's like
right. Oh,
yeah.
dude, I was a guy. You got me on Space Patrol. I started Space
Space
Patrol.
Patrol's awesome, man. Oh
But
my gosh.
you know what? Every time I start radio shows, I go back to Blue Beetle. I love Blue Beetle. But
Yeah,
but like it is true.
yeah.
And I did my own radio show, right? So there you go. I did my Stan was a front. Yeah.
I
Stupid,
knew you were
yeah,
gonna
right?
chime in with that. Yeah.
No, we're not doing that. We're not gonna get into that one. Hey, classics. That was a classic comics. We're doing classic comics. There you go.
Hey, Classic Comics, what's up?
Hey, well, the review is that it's 10 out of 10, obviously, but we didn't review it because there's nothing to review. It's obviously the best.
It's cool. I like Ramatut as well, and Ramatut was in the 60s Hanna-Barbera Fantastic Four.
Oh,
That's
where'd
the
he go?
first appearance of any Kang thing on screen. So yeah,
Where is he? Where the hell is he? Oh, he was before
this.
origin, right?
Yeah, because he tells his origin and everything.
Yeah. He beats them all up or whatever. Okay, so it's here.
Yeah,
There
so
it
it's
is.
there. Yeah, you
There he
briefly
is.
see him.
That's the
That's
only.
cool.
I think that's the only shot with him in here.
Yeah.
And see, he's clearly not blue skinned or whatever, right? So I don't
No,
know
no,
if
no, no.
one of the guys at the end of that movie though was blue skinned.
They showed a bunch of different. There's some alien looking ones and all that stuff. I mean, when I get the Blu-ray, I'll just like pause it and see who the hell's in there. I'm sure someone will screen grab it and put it online, and
Yeah, for sure. It'll
you
all be
know,
screen grabbed.
yeah,
Yeah, like see, I liked this entire section where it was just very fast. It's like, okay, blah blah blah. Here we go, boom, 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 boom. But again, it's like there's a lot of wordiness going on. It's like now's our
yeah,
chance. It's like if only we can be fast enough. It's like okay, I get it. Like one guy could just be like he could just be like, okay, guys, this is it. Let's do it. That's it. Like just have very simple dialogue.
yeah.
Sometimes it just got so wordy that it's just like I don't even get what's going on anymore. Like why do you need to? It's like okay,
But
Obi
in terms
dropped.
of the action moving along, like this is cartooning. Like this is
Yeah.
what
So
comics are supposed to be, and that's not what you see nowadays in modern comics.
yeah, so basically, like I mean, I'm on this page, so we can just go from this way. Okay, so they look here. They're like, yeah, there he is. Next panel, they're running after him, and then you're like, oh, we're here to support you. You're like, oh, okay.
So
And
they
then
join
boom,
them as
they
part of their
join
plan.
him.
They go up into the
They go
ship
up into the
in
thing.
one panel.
One panel.
They're in there. It's like okay, let's look for the Avengers, and then
Right.
Kang is like, okay, do this thing for me. So then they're like, we can f this up and cause a distraction. Next panel, they do it. He's like, you claws. It's like it's done.
It's
That
done.
whole thing would be a page or two.
So this is actually
plotting
it's
the
hard.
whole thing out, right?
Yeah, let me try to. It's hard to line it up here for everybody. So this is the top of the page.
Yeah.
I want to join you. Okay, they go into the ship. These are still the same page, these two.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, we're gonna search for the Avengers. He's like, okay, you've had enough time. Now there's time passage in between these panels. He's like, okay, you've had enough time. Bring me down this thing. This is the same page. This is the end of the page right here. So it's a 6-3. It's a 2x3 or 3x2 if you read it that way. So 3x2 page.
Yeah.
And okay, they've got this, whatever bullshit it is.
Yeah.
And then the weapon and then they throw their, oh shit, we dropped it, which was fake. They faked that.
Yeah.
So basically, in this one page, they join them, they search the ship, they cause a distraction. Now, just think about how many pages this would have been. Like honestly, I don't know what I was reading now, and I could probably pull something. I mean, I'm currently reading this now. I don't know if you got this. I'll do my.
No, I haven't been visiting the comic shop for a bit. I'm gonna go to the
I don't
show.
know. This looks cool. I mean, just the cover looks cool.
Yeah.
But I'm trying to see like what's. I mean, the other thing is I have Nemesis, which is awesome, so I don't want to really like.
I'm low on funds, so. Yeah.
I'm trying to find something that I have. Unfortunately, all the comics here that I have, it's like Death Dealer and all these cool comics that are actually awesome.
Right. Yeah.
So it's not. I don't have any Marvel ones that are stupid here. But anyways, just take my word for it.
Yeah.
It'd be like this here would be like 4 pages, easy.
Right.
Because they'd be like, they would talk here, then they would go up and then it'd be like, okay, guys, let's search around. Then they'd search around a bit on next panel. They'd be searching around some more. Kang's like, what's going on up here? Then you'd get to this.
Mm-hmm.
Then you'd get to this. It'd be like, it would literally be 2 pages, easy.
Yeah.
It would be probably like 3 pages. It's like, I said this once on one of my reviews. I think it was for Iron Man, Invincible Iron Man #1, Volume 7 or whatever they're on. It's literally Volume 7 of Iron Man.
Right.
And I was like, this comic is way too long. And I gave examples. And some guy actually got pissed off with me in the comments. Like, oh, it's fucking this. I'm like, buddy, I'm giving you examples. I'm literally showing you, like, you see this page? Mm-hmm. Do you see here? Do you see this? I'll rewrite this for you right now. Right. Mm-hmm. And I'm like, Iron Man says this, says that. There, that's done.
Yeah.
It's like 3 pages, and it could have been one half of one comic page.
Right.
And I literally said, I'm like, dude, these 3 pages could have been half of one page.
Right.
Like, I'm not just saying stuff to say it. I'm giving you examples. I'm telling you, like, we just picked a random page here. And we only picked this page because we happen to be scrolling here. Like, I happen to be scrolling here. The whole comic is like this.
Right.
Like, look, Thor is back. He's out. And look, okay, so in between here, do you see my mouse?
Yeah.
Look at everything that's happened. He's broken out and he's rescued them all. Right.
Right.
I don't need a page per rescue.
Yes, yeah.
You know what I'm
It's
saying?
like you get the message,
I
right?
get it,
Yeah.
right? It's like they
Like
rescue
the point
them.
of the story isn't the rescue. The point of the story is like getting Kang. So it's like he rescues
Right.
them, and then
Right.
they're
Like if some, let's say if he goes to rescue Iron Man, but there's a monster guarding him for something, and then he fights a monster. Okay, then that's an action. Okay, anything that happens in comics needs to lead to action.
Yeah.
Right? It's
Yeah.
either a big story moment, like here, like in the top here where Kang is there, where he's like lounging. Like, okay, this is your setup, fine, right? Then we meet Kang. Now, this is where the story is. Well, who are you? What are you doing? Holy shit, none of our stuff can defeat him. That's the story.
Yeah.
This is the story. And now it's like backstory. His backstory is one page, that's it. Not even a page, actually, because the page actually starts. Sorry. It's actually one page. It's just these panels. See it all on one screen.
Yeah.
Now the rest of this needs to be a call to action, which it is. Bang, action, fighting, like, or SP, trying to fight. This was awesome. He trips him up. That was
cool. Thinking of everything the Avengers can do, and then how he would thwart them, right?
How he would thwart them. Now it's like, okay, shit, we're stuck here. And now this is all. This entire thing is Stan Lee has nothing better to do than to write dialogue.
Yeah.
Like all of this could be removed. Most of it could be.
Yeah, it's like we get they're caught. Like I don't.
Caught, well, Iron Man is also caught, and Captain America is also caught. Yeah, I see that. Okay. Now we get to, all right, how are we actually going to actually win? Right? This is where we're at now. And then right away, plan of action. I've got a plan. Okay, I'm going to go get that weapon. I'm going to distract him.
Yeah.
Distract him. That's it. Now, action. Now it's like, okay, the distraction worked. We bust through. Okay, well, you need to see Thor because he was the one that got transformed back to a human. So his rescue is the most important. He's the strongest guy. He can get everybody else out. Bang. There, everyone's rescued. Okay, back to fighting. And it's immediately to fighting. Bring this gun. So that was his plan.
Yeah.
Rick Jones. And then here's Wasp getting her part done. Kang's distracted. Here's everybody. And now it's back to fighting. And now it's like fight. We defeat him. And then did we defeat him? No, he escapes. That's it. It needs to be a call. And people argue with me this all the time. Like, guys, it's the Avengers. For me, it's usually X-Men, but I'm like, it's X-Men. It's a call to action. If the X-Men are sitting around a table discussing what Mr. Sinister might do, it's boring.
Yeah.
Like, show me what he's doing. Yeah. No, well, this is a good one. This is a good one to show people, just for the progression. Yes. So, Clobby, was it Vince Coletta, who was the guy who would like actually erase
stuff he didn't want to ink.
Erase stuff they didn't want to ink.
Yeah.
Let me know.
I'm pretty sure that's it. Everyone complains about that guy. And like you can visibly see it. Like it's like, why does this look not as good as like this other issue with Dick Ayers?
Yeah. I don't that is so crazy. I remember I think that was Rob Liefeld who had said that. I was listening to one of his podcasts.
Yeah, it was Vinny. The whole thing about that.
Yeah. Comic Tropes is he's got a good channel. I watch all his Golden Age hero stuff.
Oh yeah.
Man, I can take all those Golden Age heroes and do awesome shit with them, and I'd love to have any of that. War Across Time #2, kind of disappointing.
No, I only read one.
Oh no! You know what? I think Clobby got that comic, didn't he?
No, I don't know.
He did. That's when he broke the internet by buying that's the new comic, right? Just came out. Like it was just last month.
It's a new one, yeah.
Yeah. Clobby broke the internet and bought it. He's like, I bought a new comic. I didn't buy it.
Yeah.
I don't know. Listen, I don't know.
It's the art that gets you. It's like, well, this looks like the old art.
Yeah, and then but I don't know. I didn't.
But
I
they're
didn't
not
know
as
it.
exciting because they don't have that mindset anymore.
Yeah,
Like
like
this
what
thing's
happened?
all fighting and action and cool stuff. Like you don't get that anymore.
No, and so what happened with this and what led? Okay, so what led to all this really was I'd watched. So we'd watched Winter Soldier and Captain America to do the versus battle that we had.
Right.
Classic was there, so I'd watched those. And then I thought, well, I really liked Captain America, and I went back through my issues, and I really started around 295 or something is when I started
Right.
as a person who was collecting a comic all the time.
Yeah.
So I have a lot of those. Like from like basically like 290 to like 320 or something. I missed none of them. I have them all.
Yeah.
So I was like, I was trying to acquire those issues to kind of say from 300 and on, and then I was buying. Then later on in life, when they came out with those I call them phone books. We call them phone books. I don't know. Yeah. They're called Epic Collect. No, they're not called Epic Collections.
No. Those
are black and white ones.
Yeah, Essentials.
It's Essentials.
Marvel was Essentials.
Marvel's Essentials. Yes, yeah. DC Showcase. It was DC
Showcase was the other DC thing. Yeah.
So Essentials, I started buying the Captain America Essentials up to 300.
Right.
And then I thought from that point on, I'll get the real comics. Right.
Yeah.
So then I was working, and I'm going to try to work on that this weekend. There's a couple of Brave and the Bolds I'm looking for this tomorrow or Sunday. Sorry, Sunday. So I was looking for those. So then what happened was we watched Winter Soldier and Captain America. I thought, let me go from 100 because I have that CD that has every Tales to Astonish and all of the thing. So I've got the CD PDF. It's official. It's not pirated. It's official.
Yeah.
So I said, let me go through. And then I found out that I bought most of the Epic collections from Captain America from Comixology. So I had the scans. So I read number 100. I was like, wow, this is so awesome. And then I'm like, well, why don't we do that for Classic Comics? Let's bring it back as a stream instead of a podcast.
Yeah.
And then I thought, well, let's just do Kang because he's going to be in this movie. So I read this issue and I just started reading and I went right into issue 9. I was like, oh yeah, this is Wonder Man now. Wonder Man's my boy. I got a tattoo of him right there.
Yeah.
I was like, Wonder Man's my boy. I'm like, well, we got to do Wonder Man now.
Yeah.
So that's what I'm saying. You read one and then you start getting addicted to wanting to do the next ones or whatever.
Yeah.
So he's saying number 1 was pretty good. I didn't read it. I was like, Kane panel in Dallas Fantasy Fair in 1985 when Kane called Kaleidos Comics' first sanctioned abortion. Man, somebody should that's brutal, eh? Like, can you imagine? Like, I can't get that in my day job. Yeah, I don't feel like doing this.
Yeah,
like they'll send me some work. I'll be like, this looks hard. I'm just gonna not do it. Like, can you do that in your day job, Sean? Is that a thing that
no?
Like, I mean, I've never heard of this before in my life. Mm-hmm. It's like, oh, here, can you ink these pages? Nah. Well, you need to ink them though.
Yeah.
I'll ink some of it. Okay. I don't. Oh Christ,
no. Are they even doing that? I mean, like, I thought that the big news broke that they're actually cutting back on all that stuff now.
No, they're doing Wonder. We'll do Wonder Man when that comes out.
Yeah.
I just pre-ordered. This is a weird omnibus, but I pre-ordered it anyways. It's Wonder Man. It's a Wonder Man omnibus, which collects only the issues that he's in.
Oh, that's weird. Yeah.
It is weird, isn't it? Because
this show is what's his name? Simon Williams? Is that his
name?
No,
it's Ultimates Simon Williams.
What does that mean?
That means he's darker than you.
Well, is that the only thing? Like, is he an actor?
I have
that like becomes and he's a villain and he becomes like a hero and the thing is like I just want to know what Wonder Man we're getting.
Okay, this is how many Ultimates comics I've read.
Yeah.
I
tried Ultimate. I didn't like that the gimmick was they're just nasty and stupid. Like Ultimates, which was their Avengers. I hated those.
I don't like any of it.
I even had the movies for those, the animated things. I gave them away.
Yeah, I don't like any of them.
Yeah,
I don't like Miles Morales either. Sorry, it's just like, well, not sorry. I don't care about that character at all. Like zero interest. I do like Ben Reilly though. Sorry.
Yeah.
I just got a Ben Reilly baseball cap. It's really cool. Finally, I found a cap that fits me. I like Ben Reilly. I don't care. I just lost 2 viewers after I said that, by the way, on two people dropped it. Like, what? Ben Riley, F this guy. But I don't like Miles Morales, so come on, help me out here. So no, well, I mean, I'm gonna watch it, but I don't know. Well, but you know what though? Grim Reaper is a white supremacist, isn't he? Like, how
There's a
is
lot
that?
of that, like the
Like, how is that going to work if
Serpent
Wonder Man's
Society were basically the Klan, right?
Yeah, Serpent Society.
And
so
they
how is that
didn't.
going to happen? And if Wonder Man and Grim Reaper are black guys, how's that going to work?
They're not going to do that. They're not going to
Of course
tell
they're
an
not going to
interesting
do.
story.
Of course they're not going to do that.
No.
Legion.
Oh,
yes,
Levids, yeah.
I'm getting pretty good on my Legion collection. I'm going to finish all the Superboys off. I got quite a few of them at the last show.
Yeah.
Yeah, Vinny Coletta, yeah. Started collecting Avengers right around Wonder Man came back in 150. Yeah, he's one of my favorites too. I've got the it's the I don't know what costume it is. You won't be able to see it. The lighting is too bright. I'm like the whitest person ever. So it's like I glow. I like that's why everyone's like, wow, your tattoos are so great because they stand out because I'm so white. That's like because it's like wow, it pops, the colors pop.
I'm looking forward to this show because like the comic show, because like a lot of people don't carry Superman, Superboy, and all that stuff, but they're these guys that these shows do. And I managed to get a lot of Lexor stuff, like the old vintage Lexor storyline comics from them.
The guy,
yeah,
Mile High Comics or whoever he was it Mile High or what was he before that guy? Was that Mile High?
I can't remember if it's 1001 or Mile High.
Yeah, or Million and One. Was it Million and
One? Yeah.
Anyways, that guy is telling me that he's going to try to bring some more Superboy and Legion.
Oh, cool.
He told me last time, but he may have forgotten, so I don't know. We'll see how it is on Sunday. I have to get I'd like to try to do some more Captain Americas, and I'm trying to do the Legion, Superboy and the Legion for now. Once I read those, then I'll look at the next, because then Legion takes over that title, I think.
Yeah.
Or they start their own title, something like that. So that's on my radar. I Clobberin times. Plug your ears for a second. I gotta finish off some of the John Byrne Supermans. Right. Okay, Clobby, you can. I gotta finish some of those off. I was able to get like his first good, maybe the first year of it or something.
Yeah.
So I'd like to finish that off. I think that's pretty much Mile High. Yeah, Mile High. What's the guy? No, Chuck Rosette. Let me look at the guys.
Yeah, but Mile High isn't at that show. That would be huge.
No, it's not that then. Mile High.
No, is it not Million One?
Let me see.
I don't even know if Million One Comics exists as a store anymore.
It doesn't.
It used to be downtown, but
Million One Comics. Let me see. I can't find the guy. Is that you're? Oh no! Is that what you're saying?
Well, the Mile High guy gets a lot of media attention that he probably doesn't deserve, like for comics and everything. And I think he was the guy that that officially okayed all of the havoc that was going on with comics at the time.
That's not the one.
No,
I don't know why I'm confused. It might be.
It can't be Mile High.
It can't be Mile High. It's Million and One Comic Center.
It's Million One, yeah. Well, they're a Toronto operation, so
yeah. So that's it. Yeah, that guy. Yeah. Sorry. But yeah. So I mean, that guy, and then there's that other guy that has 80% off.
Yes.
Okay.
I love that show, man. Everything is like people.
I'm gonna run to that guy.
Yeah.
Because I need these Captain Americas, and last time I went, I needed some Batmans, the 400s.
Yeah.
And by the time I walked to that guy, it was rammed.
Yeah.
With people, with people.
Yeah.
Because the guy's got 80% off.
Yeah.
Like, and his comics are like $2 or $3. So it's like people like this one guy came. Mm-hmm. I already have. Okay, so Doctor Strange. I only need 3 issues.
Wow.
I have every Doctor Strange. Well, not 169, but when Doctor Strange #1. So when it started with Doctor Strange #1, from that to there's only 80, 1 to 80. I only need 3 more issues and I got them all.
Right.
This guy, I ran to there. This guy came and took the goddamn entire Doctor Strange bin. But he only had 1 to like 50 or something in there.
Yeah.
So I already have all those. But literally, the guy, I was like, where's Doctor Strange? He's like, that guy. It was like he took the whole thing.
No, it's funny because you think that no one cares. And
but
then
they do.
The guy there is trying to get the entire thing too, right?
Oh, okay, there's a West Coast Avengers guy.
Yeah.
We were both at West Coast. I was like, oh, dude. I was like, you can't. No. I was like, what are you looking for? He's like, I need the first like 30 or 40. I was like, oh, thank God I've got all those. I need the tail end of West Coast, not the beginning. So I was like, okay. I said, we're going to work together. I was like, I was like, you take everything from like 1 to 70. And then
it's like the guy who took a few shows ago, the guy who took ROM Annual 3. And it's the only thing I needed for ROM. And he had it, and I saw it. It was on top of the like the bins, right? And I was like, oh, here it is. And I'm like, well, if it's here, it's probably because some guy took it out and like for his pile. And then some guy came and was like, oh, sorry, dude, and they took it. And I'm like, oh shit, I should have just taken it. And it's like, oh, I don't know where it went. It was the only one anyone had at that entire show. And then I just went on eBay after that. I was like, F this. I need that one, right?
That's irritating. Yeah, you should. I'll do whatever. I don't care. Because I'm confident that I could beat up pretty much anyone there. I'm pretty confident in myself. So if it comes to blows, it's like, I'm telling you. Plus, I just watched Roadhouse. We just watched Roadhouse.
Yeah. Be nice, you know.
Be nice. Be nice. Until it's time to not be nice. Except I don't need to ask it to be. I'll know when it's.
How do we know? It's like, well, yeah. It's like you'll know. I'll tell you. Yeah.
I'll tell myself. Well, I'll know myself. Be nice. But yeah, no. So that's gonna be good. We'll do a video on that one on Tuesday.
Yeah, man.
And then it's Family Day this week.
Yes.
Steve and I. I'm playing. I can't do. There won't be a stream on Tuesday. Steve and I are going to do a Wednesday wrestling stream. So when do you want to do? Bill's cool to come back if you want to do a 90s one.
Sure.
We could do that on Friday if you want. Is there anything on? Because Bill can't do Thursdays ever because he takes his children to a thing. Yeah. So Friday is good with that. Wednesday will be, so this Wednesday will be the wrestling stream, and then Friday we'll do the 90s comics February, and I'll reschedule our Captain America 100.
Yeah.
And I still want to do the Days of High Adventure Phantom.
Okay. Yeah.
You're going to be my regular Saturday night. We used to do the Saturdays, and then it's like, because what happens is like, because Sean and I and Steven also, we all have day jobs. Steve's day job is a bit wonky because sometimes he has to go in and it's like a 90-minute commute. So he comes back and he's just like, yeah, he's dead. For me, my day job, I can work at home if I want to, but I go in a couple of days a week, but it's actually, even when I go in, it's real close. Yeah. It's like maybe 15 minutes or something. Sean, your work, are you at home most of the time, or?
I go into the office a lot because I work with physical media, so I need to see the stuff, right? So we have a library in the office, and
it's not bad. Is that like a half an hour for you?
It's about that, but it's like stop and go traffic. I don't take a highway. It's stop and go traffic within Toronto, and so it's kind of shitty sometimes. But I got hit one time a few years ago. I was just like, someone was driving from one parking lot to the other, cutting across a street, and hit me. They're trying to get to Tim Hortons, and it was
Tim Hortons is big in Canada.
I know, yeah, and it was very slippery. So when he hit me, I skid across all of the lanes. This is rush hour, and thank God nobody hit me. I don't know what the hell happened, by the grace of God. And anyways. I was not at fault, so so insurance covered the whole thing. It was pretty good, but
Jesus.
I was pretty shaken. I still went to work like an idiot, but yeah.
I've been hit so many times that my car accidents mean nothing to me.
Yeah.
Like people hit me, I've walked off so many.
Yeah.
Like that guy when he scraped the entire side of my car and ran me off the highway, and his car went perpendicular to the highway, and he drove into a ditch and then escaped. And he scraped my whole. He tried to push me into a Mack truck.
Wow.
I drove and picked up my wife and we went home. I read Beowulf. My wife was running a bit late. I was in my car reading Beowulf.
You gotta go with it, right? It's like the way traffic is nowadays, especially in Toronto. It's like you almost die at least twice trying to get to where you were, and you walk it off, and then you think back, like, yeah, that guy nearly hit me coming off a ramp or whatever. It's like, yeah,
dude, I'm gonna play this for both of us.
You know, every place you go, there's always someone who thinks he's a badass, right?
It's like,
well, the 401 is now ranked one of the worst highways in the world right now. So
we did it.
I just thought, yeah, it's bad, but yeah, no, it's pretty bad.
I don't use 401. I've got, because I got 403
and everything.
So I go 403 to 427 and then 427 back to 403. And that's, I don't.
You're sounding like a Californian now. It's like, I took this to that. Yeah.
Oh, is that a California?
That's the stereotype of Californians. Yeah. It's on SNL. You don't watch SNL. So.
No, I only watch good shows.
Yeah.
Oh no. Oh no! Let me throw one out here.
Remember the good old days when guns killed people? Garbage day. Huh? No.
That guy's acting is different. What's his name?
So, I don't remember. Eric Freeman.
Eric Freeman.
Yeah. Garbage day.
Yeah, garbage day. I love when he's being interviewed by that guy, the psychologist, and he says something, and it's like a like red color, good bullets. Yeah. Good old boy. Yeah.
He's like gonna shoot himself. He's like, he go, and then it cuts back. It's a click. He's like, no more bullets. You're like, all right.
It's exquisite acting. Yeah.
Eric Freeman was at a horror convention, and I didn't go. It's my only regret of my life. Like, I've missed out on Leonard Nimoy. I've missed out on, but my biggest regret was I missed out on Eric Freeman.
Oh my god.
And we could have done like Garbage Day. We could have done like No More Bullets.
Yeah, like, no more bullets. Yeah.
No more bullets. Yeah, Doc. It's like, what are you gonna do with his eyebrows? It's like, well, Doc, what do you think?
Yeah.
Oh my god, he is the best. I watched a great movie. I posted a review today for a movie called Dead Girls.
Dead Girls,
it's awesome.
Well, the art looks awesome. Yeah.
No. That's Vinegar Syndrome art.
Okay, yeah.
The real art, the real. I put that as a
thumbnail.
Thumbnail. The art to the actual movie is trash.
Yeah.
Oh, but this is like the movie Evil Laugh, where it's like this really cheese movie that is kind of cool. Like, it's actually pretty neat.
Yeah.
Oh my god. But okay, so let's do Friday. I'll reschedule our Avengers, or sorry, Captain America, and I want to still do the Phantom, and we're still going to do the fantasy verse. I think in March. Yeah, I think the first Friday in March, let's do our picking the movies, and we just go from there, because we got to do the verses, and then we're gonna have to have, guys. There's so many streams. We're gonna have some of this in rotation.
Oh yeah, we'll rotate shit.
We'll have to. We could just we could do one every Thursday, but we can rotate it, and then if we do a Friday one. Like, maybe we'll save the 90s comics if Bill wants to come on for those, because he had a lot of fun, and it was good to have three people, because I don't really know, like, it seems like between the three of us we almost knew everything.
Yeah,
actually, the last time, like, between all of us, you and I covered, like,
Professor Bill's gonna know all, like, most of the rest of the stuff, right? So
yeah, like, he knew some of the stuff that we didn't know, but then I knew a couple. I was like, oh, I know this one for once. So it's like, usually it's like you have like more of the knowledge, but Bill was able to fill in some of the gaps too. So it was good.
He's a big Alf fan, so that's good.
Yeah. Oh wow. I know. I was like, well, Sean gets Alf. He's like, oh no. I was like, oh, there you go. Now you guys are good. So yeah, we'll put those in rotations.
Yeah.
We gotta do the verses on Fridays because that's Charlie's
Yeah.
day that he can do it. And then Wednesdays we're still doing Action Elite, but we're not doing it this Wednesday. So
Right.
I don't know. There's a lot of streams going on. I ended up taking off the weekend, take the weekend off. But we're getting there, Sean.
So wait, Action Elite is not this week?
It's not this Wednesday. No, it's the
Okay.
next This Wednesday he's in Scotland.
Okay. All right.
But we're doing the Last Dragon. If anyone's
Yes.
out,
You are the last
Shoda.
dragon. You got
so-
the power of the glow. Anyway, I had to.
yeah.
I had to
Oh, you got to get it out. Get it out.
Yeah. Yeah.
So we're doing that. Not this Wednesday, but next one. So this Wednesday we're doing the wrestling stream.
Right.
This Thursday we could do something on Thursday. We could do something on Friday. So
Okay.
whatever you want,
Whatever.
Sean. Maybe we could do Captain America on Thursday. I
Yeah.
think it's Thursday. I'll check and make sure because my phone is charging and my calendar's on my phone.
Yeah.
And then what's the next week? We're not going to go see Cocaine Bear.
No.
But
I
we
guess
will
it's
go
Shazam
see
or whatever on
Yeah.
in March, right?
Yeah. And we didn't do a Quantumania stream because we kind of
I knew I wasn't gonna like it, and it's kind of miserable to talk about. And
yeah, I don't
everyone-
hate it,
No,
but I don't
but,
like it, so there's nothing to talk about. Like I just don't care about it.
No, it's a frustrating and a missed opportunity for things, and I don't
Yeah.
get what they're trying to do with Kang. And I think finally, like we always saw the seams and saw them cracking for Marvel through Phase 4, but this is the one where mainstream audiences are like, huh? Like you're not innovating anymore. You're not appealing anymore, or endearing. It's like the characters are not likable, and it starts out like that, and then it's a through line. And that Hope, I don't know if her stuff was cut out. She just sits around and mopes for the whole movie, and then at the
She
end,
does nothing. It's actually shocking.
yeah, she doesn't do anything.
I called her the most bland character like of all time.
Yeah,
So we'll do
she's
one
in
more.
the title, Ant-Man and the Wasp, and she doesn't do anything.
Right.
Yeah.
I forgot to put your name, Sean's channel, but whatever.
Yeah.
The link is in my description, but also there you go.
Cool, thanks.
Let's check the vote. So we actually have 9 votes. He's okay, 67%. One of the best in Marvel, 33%. So I'll end that poll now. Yeah, I gave it a 4.5 out of 10 based on my rating system.
I've got 3.5 here.
3.5, so you're even lower. So you and Steve tied.
Yeah. Stories 1, pacing's 0.5. It could be shortened, tightened.
Yeah.
Or just 0.5 because I can't see
It's 0.5.
anything.
I can't see
It's
anything.
like there is imagination at play here. Right? It's like most of the characters are amoebas, right? They don't
Yeah.
say that, but they're like they can split off, and they're like and that's a neat idea, but I can't see shit, man. It's too dark. Characters 1, I like Paul Rudd. I like Jonathan Majors, the actor here, but
Yeah.
like the character, I said, it's like, who is this guy? What's he about? It's like, what's his goal? I don't even know, right? And Hank Pym was cool too, and enjoyment right now 0.5. I don't think I'm gonna rewatch this. I don't feel the desire to. I don't feel like I want to revisit anything from this. Like I'm a fist pumping, like yeah, this part, like.
Well, my wife wants to see it, so I'll definitely watch it proper on my TV, and then I can reassess it at that point. So I was at 4.5. I posted my review. Sean posted his review as well. Steve didn't do a review on it. He just put 3.5. He told me he broke it down and said it in case if we wanted to, but we didn't really review it. I wanted to focus on the comic, not really the movie. So you're at a 3.5. My friend DW, who's been on a couple times,
right?
He gave it a 2. But like the thing is that he and I, like, we're like hero people.
Mm-hmm.
So like this is sometimes where my system, I can give my rating system, but like it fails in the sense that I still I love Superman 3 and 4 because Christopher Reeve is just so awesome. I don't care, right? I can rank them and do my space system and give them like a 5 or 6 out of 10 or something, or a 5 out of 10 or whatever. but it doesn't. I don't do it because it's like I like so he's like that as well. So it's like I love Captain America, Chris Evans, so those movies are heightened for me. But it also works the reverse. Even if the film is good, let's say the movie is not too bad, but the main hero is not great or bland, then that ruins it. So it works reverse. So he actually really liked Ant-Man in the first movie. And now he's like, well, screw this. And they're making fun of him and all that stuff. And it's exactly what I said. They make fun of him.
Yeah.
And so he's extra pissed off. You know what I'm saying? Like, so it works both ways. He gets extra pissed off at that. Whereas same thing for me, I didn't get extra pissed off because I still thought he was okay.
Yeah, he's okay there.
And he does stuff.
Yeah.
I don't think this is the worst MCU movie. I don't think it's in the bottom like 4 or 5. I like Eternals is and Wakanda or whatever are definitely the worst ones.
Oh yeah.
This is in the bottom quarter. Like if we took them all and split them into 4s, it's the bottom
it's
quarter.
around the bottom.
So
I don't know. I get what they're trying to do, and it can be fun, but it's just there's something miserable about it. And Kang, because his motivations are so muddy, I can't really get into it. Like if he's the crux of this movie, he's confusing anyways.
Right.
So like, why does he keep Cassie? Well, just to force an Act 3? It's like
no, I know.
Like
no, I know.
Yeah, it's like
it's nonsense.
Yeah.
Well, it is nonsense. It's like they just have scenes to have them. Like, let's talk to Bill Murray.
There's no story being told here. It's just a bunch of stuff that happens, right? Like,
this movie is more lazy.
It's lazy.
Than like Eternals was lazy and trash, and you killed the characters, and you have to have your big diversity plugs or whatever. It's like your check boxes. It's like, no, that was just an awful trash movie.
Yeah, what's your name? Yeah, go on.
Yeah, no, I was gonna say this movie isn't like a trash. Thanks, Classic. I don't think this is like it did have. They did do their little agenda pushing crap in the first 15 minutes of it, and then it was kind of a normal movie or whatever. But it just was lazy. It's like, oh, he's in the quantum realm. That's cool, isn't it? It's like, well, but what's he doing there? Like,
quantum realm. There's a bad guy. They have to fight the bad guy.
Yeah, he's not the bad guy.
It's like,
well, what do you want?
Okay, that's a basic story with a 3-act structure. But what are you trying to say with this movie?
Right. That's
like, what are you trying?
There's no vision
here. Yeah, it's like it's bullshit. The thing about Chloe Zhao is that the director of Eternals. I think that's her name, right?
Yeah.
Here's the thing, and I'm not trying to be a gatekeeper. This is just a fact. The fact is, fantasy storytelling is its own art form,
right?
And it's a skill you have to accrue and learn and want to learn. Yep. And the thing is, that movie, it looks like Chloe Zhao is just in over her head. That's all. It's like rules are made and broken. There is no verisimilitude. You can have any fantastical thing you want, but like, if characters all of a sudden are like, doing something from some contrivance, then it doesn't work. Plus, characters like thought patterns shift and shift and shift just because you need some drama in this scene. So here comes Kingo, or no, what's his name? Yeah, Kingo, I think. Saying, okay, I'm with you. It's like, but you have this Bollywood thing. What's happening? Like, nothing comes from character. There's no real story. It's everything's confused. I think there's a movie that you can like tell here, but they didn't go with the source material, and you don't have to go slavishly with the source material, but just understand what it's trying to say and articulate that. And that movie is so horrible. It's obvious that she's confused by the material.
She is. Yeah, and the characters. It's like, if this guy's a Bollywood star and his life has been so great on Earth, why does he side with Icarus to destroy it when he's had good experiences with humans?
Yeah.
It's like some of the characters you're like, okay, if it comes down to them in a room and discussing something, like this happens in Star Trek all the time.
Yeah.
It's like they're discussing something. Okay, let's go to my ready room. And then they all talk. Well, each character, based on their experience, is going to give their version of what they think is best. But in Eternals, it's like, I think we should kill the humans. No, I don't think we should. It's like, why do you think that? Why do you think that? Like,
Yeah.
what in this movie did you show me how to get to that? The worst is that guy who makes those mechanical things. It's like he created the atomic bomb or whatever he did, and he killed everybody in Hiroshima and Nagasaki and all that. So he's like, and he hates humanity. He's like, oh, humans took my thing and destroyed themselves. Then he's like, oh no, I'm for the humans now. Why? Oh, I got married. Yeah, but your emotional turn is important. We need to see that.
Yeah, why didn't we see that then? At least construct a scene
right
where he turns around. It's like one man who he falls in love with turns him around. Show us that.
Show us that. Even in just a montage.
Tell it to us. Yeah.
Yeah, and they did. I mean, they did it in that Up movie. They had like a 1 minute opening where they showed the entire life of that couple.
Yeah, it's visual storytelling.
Yeah, she can't direct for shit.
No, she can direct, but just not like you can't just. That's the thing about Hollywood. They think they can plug anybody into these fantasy things and stuff. And it's like you have to have a love of it and understand where it comes from and how to construct it.
Like Peter Jackson,
right? It's like Ava DuVernay made I think it was Selma, and it's great. And it's very emotional. And then she made that Wrinkle in Time movie, and it's awful. And it's like all the setups are terrible, and she just didn't know how to do fantasy. I'm sorry, I know it sounds like gatekeeping, but like you can do it. You just have to learn it. You can't just go into it just because you made some dramatic thing. It's like it's a different style of story.
Yeah, I didn't review A Wrinkle in Time because nobody wants to hear what a person like me cares about A Wrinkle in Time. I'm going to leave it with that.
There's a 40-foot Oprah in it, so it's pretty frightening.
That is frightening. She can eat anything. All right, guys.
Anyway,
we'll see you. We'll see you next week, man. Just whatever.
Yeah.
We'll see you when we see you. Thanks, everybody.
Hey friends, you've just been listening to J-Man, and he is the smartest person who ever lived. So make sure you like and subscribe.